35 years and counting. Come down and take a test drive today. Tell them Coach Doug Christie sent you, or shop online at FolsomLakeFord.com.
Seasons change, but if you hope to stay healthy, your body needs to stay active year-round, whether that's in the gym or on the trail or at work, and that's where the Good Feet store can help. Good Feet's personalized arch support system supports all 4 arches, relieving pain in your feet, knees, hips, and back. And Good Feet arch supports are HSA and FSA eligible. Visit goodfeet.com for an appointment or stop in for a free fitting. The Good Feet store in Sacramento, Roseville, Vacaville, and in Reno on South Virginia Street.
It's not your average holiday season. Hold on to your hard hats, because starting Monday, December 13th, Fasteners Inc. Tool Outlet is unwrapping the biggest power tool sale Sacramento has ever seen. We're turning up the heat with 12 days of unbeatable prices on all your favorite Makita products and much more. Free batteries with tools, free tools with batteries, and bare tools starting at just $99. Come on down and give us a visit at 6701 Power Inn Road in Sacramento, or shop our Christmas deals online at fastenersinc.net. Fasteners Inc. Tool Outlet. Better tools, better prices.
Sacramento's premier country music festival, Country in the Park, is coming back May 16th and 17th at Cal Expo with Bailey Zimmerman, Billy Currington, Cole Wetzel, Nate Smith, and more. You'll enjoy food trucks, rock walls, and a mechanical bull, line dancing, and more. Single-day GA tickets start at $52 at CITPFest.com. It's Country in the Park, May 16th and 17th with Good Guys Heating and Cooling. Find out more at CITPFest.com.
KHD1 Sacramento, KYMX HD3 Sacramento.
Your flagship station for the Beam Team.
From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios.
This is Sacktown Sports 1140. Feeding your passion for local sports in the afternoon. It's the Drive Guys with Kevin Gleason and Kyle Drake on your radio at 1140 a.m.
Streaming audio at SacktownSports.com and the Sacktown Sports app.
You can also watch the show on YouTube at Sacktown Sports 1140. Here are the Drive Guys with Kevin Gleason and Kyle Drake.
Today is kind of the calm before the storm, because we have both the Kings and the 49ers, of course, playing tomorrow. And how about this, Drapes? This will be the second time in 5 days that we've had the Kings and the 49ers playing at exactly the same time.
Yeah, you're right. And here's the thing. Where will Sacramento's eyes be?
Yeah, actually, I take that back, because the Bears game was early. They probably finished before.
Was it? What was it? 120, 115
125. Yeah, so
125, and the Kings were at 6.
Yeah. They had the 49ers had that night game against Buffalo. That's what I was thinking.
That was the one. Yeah,
both playing at the same time tomorrow.
That's why you got 2 screens, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know, I'll have a second screen going. You know, I'll be down at the NBC studios, so we got multiple TVs. And, you know, what's interesting is not that they're must-wins for the Kings, but these are 2 big games for both teams.
Yes.
Like, Niners pretty much a must-win. Kings, a gotta-have-it kind of game. Right. And so a lot of implications at stake. You know, here's the thing about the Kings, too. Right? You win 2 in a row, you start feeling good. Well, you got to go out there and prove it now against New Orleans.
Sure do.
And so I think, you know, it's going to be a great viewing day for Northern California.
A battered bunch of Pelicans, right? Short-handed team and an opportunity to finally get that win over the Pelicans that eluded you all of last season.
Short-handed. Trade rumors galore surrounding that team.
Yeah.
I mean, guys are like wondering if they'll be, you know, on the team the next day or not. And so this is you're well rested. You're coming off 2 great wins. You look good. The team looks to be together. You got practice time. Can't lose this game.
No.
Can't lose this game tomorrow.
The Kings have been busy, kind of back to basics this week.
Yeah, and, you know, Mike Brown talked about it a little bit, too, and some of the things that they worked on this week are things that during the season you don't, like, post defense and stuff like that you're actually working on now. These are things that during the season you just don't have time to work on. And so it's almost like a mid-season tune-up, if you will. You know what I mean? You take your car in for service, and all of a sudden you're getting better gas mileage out there. You know, that it's not rattling anymore. It's not sounding like Whitey's old garage door or anything like that. Yeah, exactly. So this Kings team, man, should be finely tuned going into tomorrow's game.
We were talking yesterday about throwback toys and things. You see Jay's sweatshirt today?
Yes. Nintendo.
We're talking about video games.
Yes.
You got to come with it.
Oh, how about that? That sounds like a D-list or a top 5 or something. We can get into that. When did you, I don't know if maybe you still do. When did you stop playing video games?
I haven't played video games in a few years. I just got to a point, and I didn't play
Xbox, or was that the last
I played
gaming
Nintendo
system?
64 and then I got kind of addicted, and then I got to a point I thought I'm better off doing something else.
Whitey, that's like 30 years. You know that, right?
Yeah. Well, but I stopped. I was late to that point.
All right.
So, yeah, it's probably like 20 years or something. I just said, this
That's
is too
it,
much.
huh?
I'm getting obsessed with this.
All right.
So I just got out.
Okay. I play because of my son, but I haven't played with him in a while, like Madden or NBA 2K or golf. Like, my last gaming system for me was probably Nintendo.
Mhm.
I didn't even have a Sega back in the day.
Mhm.
I didn't have a Sega at all.
I think I had Tiger Woods golf. Was that on Sega?
Was that Sega?
Yeah, I
okay.
think so.
Okay. So you're going back, man.
I was playing my, and unfortunately, we just lost to my brother-in-law. Last time I played NBA 2K, and so he was the 96 Bulls, and I was like, I'll just be the 72 Lakers.
Right.
Walk out. I got destroyed.
Dude, they
trying to Elgin Baylor shooting threes and stuff, clank.
Dude, I can't tell you how slow they made Wilt Chamberlain. I'm going to be Wilt and get 100 on you. He's plotting up the court and everything.
I'm screaming at the screen. That's not Wilt Chamberlain.
Right, exactly, man. Exactly. And so, yeah, man, it does a disservice to some. I will say this though.
I have played Wii lately, but I'm sorry.
Yeah, but Wii probably the last game I really played with the kids. I will say this though. NBA 2K does introduce today's fans to a lot of older players.
Right.
Like, for instance, my son's playing NBA 2K the other day. He's like, Dad, I got Kermit Washington on my team. He's a 95. He's like the best defender in the world. And I'm like, what do you know the story about? He had no idea. And so I had him research Kermit Washington. Mm-hmm. Like, these are guys he, would never know about. But because they're in 2K, he's now learning about Elgin Baylor, some of the older players back in the day.
Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
I got to admit here, speaking of the NBA, yesterday I was kind of bad-mouthing the in-season tournament. And I'm still not the biggest fan, but watching the games last night, it's working, isn't it? From the standpoint of the players are given a little more intensity, and the fans, the environments in the buildings, it's like it's definitely more intense environment than you normally have.
I agree with you.
From that standpoint, it's working.
It's not just a regular season game in December, right? It does have a little more, cachet feel to it, if you will. And, I thought those two games yesterday were tremendous, even though OKC kind of, blew out Dallas to an extent. But that Milwaukee game, that was fantastic. Orlando, Milwaukee, and the crowd. And here's the thing about it too, Whitey. I've always thought, people say, well, the college game is better than the pro game. I've always said the pro game is better, but what's different is the atmosphere. The college atmosphere is better. But now, after watching last night, it creates almost a playoff level atmosphere in December a little bit.
Yeah, that's the idea. Yeah. I have to admit, like I say, I'll be kind of relieved when we're past it, but I get it. And watching last night, it's working. And I am looking forward to the Rockets and your Warriors tonight.
Oh, shoot. Dude, I'm the biggest Rockets fan, and my boy Dylan Brooks want to have something for Draymond. No, I'm looking forward to that game as well. They don't like each other. We know Dylan Brooks, historically has had some run-ins with the Warriors before. Two contrasting styles also. And, based on the standings, two teams that are, a top 6 in the Western Conference. I'm actually also looking to Atlanta and the Knicks.
Me too.
I'll be honest with you. I feel like Atlanta, when you actually look at this squad, they're probably one of the better stories of the season, Whitey, in terms of they're actually better than I expected them to be.
My surprise team this year.
Yes.
Baby.
Are they really?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Like, seriously, they're actually winning ball games, 13 and 12 this season. And it's not just Trae Young dribbling and shooting, they got some young pieces out there that seem to be fitting together now.
Yeah. So, that'll be fun. And that's the type of team, I think you were making this point yesterday, that really has something to play for in the tournament, because they're probably not going to win a championship anytime soon.
Right.
They might win the tournament.
Exactly. They, it gives them some life, something to play for here in December. But how about, and did you hear Giannis post game? Yes, like talking about the in-season tournament. He's, we're going to go to Vegas. We're going to have fun. We're going to compete hard. Like, I think the players actually do care. Like, and we see it manifested, obviously, in the way they play and how hard. But these guys wanted to go to Vegas. They want to get this $500,000. And so we talk so much about the All-Star game and guys half-assing it, if you will. They're not doing that in the in-season tournament.
It does break up the monotony for them too, huh?
Exactly. And so the question is now, regarding our Kings, now it's back to a regular season December game. How do we come out tomorrow? But in terms of the NBA, they've made a handful of games meaningful that wouldn't have been meaningful before without the in-season tournament.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. The evidence is right there before us. Brendan had tweeted today something to the effect, or maybe it was at SacktownSports.com. He was saying the last time the Kings had a little break like this was right before they played the Clippers down there, and he said they came out, they were terrible.
Yeah.
Remember how flat they were?
Flat. Yeah.
Can't have that happen tomorrow night.
Can't have that. Got to be locked in, ready to go. I'm hoping it'll be the opposite this time, where, you know what, fully rested, couple of good days of practice, locked in together, and now you're back at it, and hopefully we see the best of them tomorrow.
Anything catch your eye today, trade rumor-wise? Are you getting a better feeling where Jimmy Butler might go? Is he going to go anywhere? Any new names surfacing?
No new names, but, he has to go somewhere, right? Especially if he's going to opt out. Like, if you're Miami, he's probably your best asset right now.
It's so hard to trade because he makes so much money. You got to give up so much to get him.
That's true. And here's the thing, too, why it's so hard, because if you're Miami, you're not hitting the reset button a la the Jazz, or you're not just wanting picks. Like, you want guys to help you right now. And to me, there are a few teams out there that are willing to part with key members right now, guys that can help you right now for Jimmy Butler. Like the Warriors, like if I could get Jonathan Kuminga and Moody, and maybe I would do something like that. But the Lakers, a package of Rui Hachimura and stuff, that doesn't move the needle for me.
Yeah.
Like there are only a few teams, I think, that could really acquire Jimmy Butler.
I saw somewhere today someone was suggesting that the Warriors think it's unlikely they can get that big star, and maybe they have a shot at Jimmy Butler. But if they don't, they're looking more at adding more depth pieces. So they're talking to the Nets, not so much about Cam Johnson, who would be very expensive, but about Dorian Finney-Smith and Schroeder.
Why would they do that? And this is not against those players. But wasn't Steve Kerr just rolling out 12 deep a couple of weeks ago? Like, depth isn't their problem. Their problem is upper-level talent, high-end talent. That's where they – like, if you go out there and get a Jimmy Butler, let's say, or a Brandon Ingram, now some of those rotation guys, you don't need as much for Brandon Podziemski. You don't need Trace Jackson-Davis to be ready. You know, and if you could keep a Kuminga, now you're starting to develop something. Like, Warriors don't need him. Their whole roster is filled with depth guys, Whitey. Like, come on now, who happen to be getting big-time minutes. They need higher-end talent. They're going to botch this, I feel.
They have Steph Curry, Draymond, Kuminga, and 11 Kyle Anderson.
11?
No offense to Buddy Hield.
Right. 11 guys who should be like the seventh man on the championship-level team.
We're really hoping we get some Drapes takes when we come back. Is that a possibility?
I wake up with Drapes takes. You just say the word Drapes takes, and I'm like Superman. I hop in the phone booth, throw on my cape, and I'm ready.
I don't even know what they're about. Can't wait to find out. Drapes takes are next on Sacktown Sports.
Thursday night, Kings and Pelicans. Game night with Scott Marsh and the high flyer Henry Turner starts at 3:30. Tip-off at 5. Your exclusive home for the Sacramento Kings is Sacktown Sports 1140.
If you have unfiled taxes or are in debt to the IRS, this is important news. Did you know the IRS has programs specifically designed to help people struggling with tax debt? Powerful tax assistance programs that can save you thousands if you qualify. No one knows these programs better than the experts at Optima Tax Relief, America's most trusted tax resolution firm, A-rated by the Better Business Bureau. Their award-winning team of tax attorneys and licensed professionals have resolved over $1 billion of tax debt for their clients. One call to Optima can start the process, helping to end your worries about wage garnishment, asset seizure, and other IRS actions. Make sure you're getting the best options to solve your tax problems. Call the experts at Optima today for a free confidential consultation.
Call 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460.
Optima Tax Relief.
Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
Capital Casino, conveniently located on 411th North 16th Street in downtown Sacramento.
Hey, what's up, Sacramento? It's Kyle Draper. Turn up the cleanliness at your restaurant, healthcare, or industrial business with Alsco Uniforms, the official sponsor of the Sacramento Kings Mop Crew. We've got you covered with crisp uniforms, hygienically clean linens, floor mats, and, of course, mops delivered weekly. But that's not all. Alsco Uniforms also offers weekly services for first aid and restroom supplies. Discover why it pays to keep clean with Alsco Uniforms. Just go to alsco.com to learn more. Again, that's ALS.
On Sacktown Sports.
Oh, man, tomorrow night, big night. Got the Kings here on Sacktown Sports against Pelicans, and the 49ers taking on the Rams. I'm really excited about the Kings. Jay, truth be told, I'm kind of dreading that 49er game tomorrow night. I hope I'm wrong, but that could be an unfortunate end to the whole thing right there.
No. Don't run from it. We meet competition head on, White. We're not running from this.
All right.
It's a W in the weight.
I can't even do that thing about the Rams anymore. They scare me right now.
They should. Stafford about to throw for 500 against that Swiss cheese defense you guys are carting out there. Come on, man.
It's the NFL.
Right.
Just when you think, I'm sure this team is going to win, that's when, surprise.
Exactly. Right.
Is going to come through.
Well, it's been like that all season, right? Just when you think, they're going to beat Seattle. Coughed it up. Arizona coughed it up. Like,
you're right.
You're right. So maybe, let me give Niners fans just a little piece of advice. Maybe show a little humility, be humble, say, you know what? I don't know. I don't know if we can win this. You know what I mean? And then be pleasantly surprised when you do.
Is that taking a page out the Eagles fan book?
No. We're always pessimistic. You know that, Jay. But here's
always humble, huh? Those Eagle fans.
Yeah, I will say this. Don't let me be like the example of Eagles fan. I'm not your typical Eagles fan.
Really?
Because I'm going to talk trash. Like, most Eagles fans are pessimistic, to be honest with you. Most Eagles fans, when they see a little crack in the armor, it's like, it's over. It's, most Eagles fans, that's how the East Coast negative fandom works. Me, I'm only flying high because I can stick it to you guys. Like, that's why but deep inside, I'm worried about my squad. Mm-hmm. I'm worried we're on a house of cards we're built on.
Yeah.
So,
all right,
man. Oh, you got me fired up talking about
Good, because it's time for Drapes Takes. Mystery topic right now.
Yeah.
Take it easy, man. Just take it easy.
You know, Whitey, I woke up thinking, man, I got to do a Drapes Takes. It's quiet. 2-3 days without games. Kings fans, I understand you're desperate for some news, whether it's a trade or anything. I'm going to give you something to chew on, Kings fans. We're 25 games into the season, and it got me thinking, what are our storylines going forward, Whitey? What are the key storylines for your Sacramento Kings going forward? So here are my top 5 storylines for the Kings for the next 25 games. Not the rest of the season, not the full 82, because it's a marathon, not a sprint.
Right.
But for the next 25 games, these are the questions that the Sacramento Kings have to answer. I'm going to start from reverse order.
All right.
I'm going to go with number 5. I got to talk about the forgotten man. People don't want to talk about this dude. They don't want to mention his name. Some of y'all even forgot that he was on the roster. Sure, he's been hurt a couple of times this season, but the question remains, where does Trey Lyles fit in with this team once he comes back? The Trey Lyles storyline, because we're rocking and rolling right now. Just back-to-back games of 140-plus points. Mike Brown seems to have set in on a rotation. Where does Trey Lyles fit in? Our boy Isaac Jones been getting some quality minutes as of late. The Trey Lyles conundrum, if you will. If Trey comes back in his Trey of 2 years ago, you got to play him. But can he regain that form? I think that's a major storyline for this team going forward.
And I know you don't like to talk about this, but 25 games, by that point, we're talking about the trade deadline. And then we're wondering if we're talking about trade Lyles.
Oh, did you just think of that?
Yeah,
okay.
sure.
All right. But here's the thing, Whitey, and you'll see all of these storylines lead to the trade deadline because these are the things we need to have answered from Monty McNair and them going forward. So that's number 5, Trey Lyles. Number four. Can we actually protect this house? The first 25 games of this season, our road record has been shoddy. Let's keep it real. Let's just call it what it is. Our home record has been shoddy.
Yeah.
6-7 at home. Whitey, we cannot be an under 500 team at home. And not only that, Mr. Gleason, we got a whole bunch of home games coming up here over the next month. So over the next 25 games, I haven't done the math. I'm sure we probably have like 17, 18 home games. We got to handle our business.
I know it's 8 of the next 10.
8 of the next 10, easily. We got to handle our business. We got to stop giving games away at our house. Will this team, remember I said before the season, I need 31 wins at home. I need 30. We're well off that pace right now. Can we establish some home court dominance these next 25 games?
It's been a long time. I have to look it up. When's the last time the Kings won 30 home games in the season? It's been a long time.
I got to probably go back to the C-Web, the golden era of Kings basketball. And how about this, Whitey? Maybe it's not 30. Like, can I get 28? Can I get 27? Like,
yeah.
What were we last year? 24-17?
24 after winning 23.
At 23, like that's average. That's pedestrian. We're better than that. We deserve better of that at Golden One Center. So I need to see us be better at home over these next 25 games.
Absolutely, an absolute key to this team's success. Yes.
How about this? Number 3. The number 3 storyline for the Sacramento Kings over the next 25 games. Is Kevin Huerter our answer at 6-man? You asked me that question, or Jay asked me it yesterday on air. Are we comfortable with Kevin Huerter being our 6-man? Well, the question is, which version of Kevin Huerter are we getting? Are we getting my guy Kevin Huerter that we saw the last couple of games that has fully embraced the role, look comfortable in that role? If so, then my answer is yes. Are we getting the Kevin Huerter that, sometimes the shot isn't falling, sometimes doesn't have an impact? Then, like I said earlier, Whitey, all these questions sort of dictate what Monty and Wes and those guys do at the trade deadline.
All fitting together,
exactly. So I'm looking at Kevin Huerter these next 25 games. If he continues to thrive like we've seen the last few games, I'm cool. I'm good. This guy's going to help us win. He fits perfectly to what we do. That's number 3 right there.
At least that arrow is definitely pointed in the right direction.
Right, exactly. The car is not in reverse anymore. Like, he's actually chugging forward. So that's number 3. Number 2, and this guy has been the subject of a lot of debate on these shows this season. A lot of high expectations for this guy. Thank you, Jay. I need my music rewrite. Will the real Keegan Murray please stand up? Keegan Murray, when you look at the numbers, they are good. 29% from 3. The first 25 games of the season, you know what? I'm going to put those in my rear view mirror. Like,
except for opening night, he was great.
Right, he came out opening night. What he had, 22, I think it was, something like that. Opening night, he looked great, and he's shown some flashes. He had 21 just a few games ago. He's shown some flashes, but I want to see more consistency here. I think these next 25 games are important for him. Once again, it determines what Monty and Wes and them do at the trade deadline. Not saying he's in danger of being moved. That's not what I'm talking about. But if we get Keegan Murray at his best, then maybe you don't need as much more offensive firepower. Maybe you look more for a defensive guy. Maybe you don't need as much scoring coming off the bench. I think Keegan Murray, not only for the trade deadline purposes and figuring out what you need, this is your number 4 overall pick. This is a core member of your team, not only in the present, but in the future. I got to see him break out and become more of an offensive threat for us. I need to see it over these next 25 games. Mm-hmm. What do you think about Keegan?
Yes. And I do think, I appreciate the point you made. I don't think the Kings have trading Keegan anywhere on their radar. Right. How well he starts playing is going to affect what else they do.
Yeah, exactly. And the final storyline of these next 25 games. And it's the big one. It's the one that everything I mentioned leads to. What kind of moves, trades, roster upgrades will Monty, Wes, and Paul do? I think we can all agree. Whitey, Jay in the back, to quote my guy TC. If we're talking about winning the championship, the roster needs to be upgraded.
Yes.
When you look at the Kings under Monty McNair, the last couple of years, the trade deadline's been quiet, Whitey.
Mm-hmm.
He had the big move, obviously, with Sabonis 3 years ago. But since then,
Kessler Edwards.
Last year, nothing, huh? I think we traded
Robin Lopez.
Yeah, right. And then I don't even know if he ever landed in sack. Like, we got to be, in my opinion, a buyer. We got to look to add something to this team. Last year, we sort of stood pat and let the Dallas Mavericks get what they needed. Players that could have helped us.
Mm-hmm.
This year, these next 25 games or whatever should determine what Monty and Weston and them do. You know what I mean? Like, this is, I don't want to say it's an audition for guys. That's not what
Hopefully
I'm talking
have
about.
a really good idea already.
Yeah, you would think. But, 25 games from now, if we're still sitting here talking about the same issues with the roster, lack of depth, do we need a big man? What about bench scoring? Then to me, something went wrong. Mm-hmm. Like, now's the time to go for it, fellas. Add to this team and build a championship. Because when you think about it, the West is wide open, ladies and gentlemen. OKC looks unbeatable. I get it. But everybody else, we can beat. Why sit on our hands and watch the world go by us? Watch the league go by us.
Can't afford to do it.
You can't afford to do it. Whitey, as a kid, growing up in Philadelphia on Walnut Lane, you know what I used to do every day?
What'd you do?
I used to walk to the window and look outside and see what was happening outside.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I do now as a nearly 50-year-old man?
That you go outside.
I go outside.
So that you can make
exactly. People look at me and wondering what's happening outside. That's how we got to be with the Sacramento Kings. Let Dallas watch us make the moves. Let Golden State watch us make the moves. We need to be dictating the Western Conference this second half of the season.
Yes.
That is Drapes Takes. Jay, cue it, baby. It's brought to you by
Alsco Uniforms. Discover why it pays to keep clean with Alsco Uniforms.
We got a lot of interesting potential trade tidbits to get to, but when we come back, Rod Brooks,
our boy,
on your 49ers, Drapes.
My 49ers.
You're going to keep this thing alive, keep those playoff hopes flickering.
Why Drapes never got hit? None of his guys are 49ers. Except for BA. It was
Ayuk
guy.
was the only because nobody else is likable. I'm just sorry. I'm sorry, Jay. You got rid of my boy. No, you got rid of my boy Armstead. Armstead would have been my guy. That was my guy. Okay. Yes. Local cat. Come on, man.
Rod Brooks joining us. Is Rod Brooks your guy?
No, he's definitely my guy. He's at the top of the list.
Next to the drive, guys, as we roll on Sacktown Sports.
Christmas music is everywhere. The smell of gingerbread is in the air. And wait, What's that sound? It's Santa. He's headed back to Sacramento for the 41st Annual Santa Parade, December 14th in downtown Sacramento. Bring your entire family to the parade route around the Capitol for over 100 floats, including marching bands, pageant princesses, clowns, horses, and of course, Santa himself.
The 41st Annual Santa Parade, Saturday, December 14th with Western Health Advantage, Gurnick Academy, and the California Army National Guard. The fun begins at 10 a.m. Get more info at SactownSports.com.
Sacramento weather is brought to you by the San Francisco 49ers.
I'm Dirk Verdorn in the KCRA3 Weather Center. Expect to have a bit of hazy sunshine today, mixed with a few high clouds. Temperatures warming into the low 60s this afternoon. Will cool off overnight with increasing clouds and the chance for rain developing after midnight. Get the latest forecast on the KCRA3 News and the KCRA3 app.
This report is brought to you by the San Francisco 49ers. Be there December 12th for Thursday night football at Levi's Stadium as the San Francisco 49ers take on the Los Angeles Rams. This battle of NFC West rivals is presented by Rakuten. Tickets are available at 49ers.com/tickets.
The holidays are always a great time to get together with family and friends, but nothing beats the thrill of Stockton Honda's deals. During Happy Honda Days, find the perfect ride in person or online. With over 400 new Hondas ready to go, now is the time to buy at Northern California's #1 Honda dealer, Stockton Honda.
Anytime, anywhere, it's all here. StocktonHonda.com.
#1 claims based on 2023 total new and Honda certified pre-owned vehicle car sales from American Honda Motor Company sold on report.
This is the story of the one who, as a maintenance specialist for a historic high-rise, knows that vintage charm historically needs constant attention. Which is why when it's time to upgrade turn-of-the-century mechanicals, they turn to Grainger. With easy access to 1 million+ products and the scale to deliver when and where you need them, the right tools and supplies are never far away. So the one can keep that vintage building running like new. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Why'd the kid jump off the boat?
I don't know. Why?
Peer pressure.
Oh, good one, Ned.
Ned isn't funny, but Ned owns a boat, and you don't. So every time Ned tells another one of his unfunny boat puns, you're going to laugh loud and keep on laughing until you get a boat of your own.
A pier where you put a boat.
Yeah, I get it.
And when you do get a boat of your own, make sure you save money by bundling it with your home, auto, or other vehicles with Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers. Not available in all states.
The Hagen Oaks Golf Super Shop is expanding. I guess you could say the Super Shop is getting more superer. That means more for you. More apparel, more equipment, more shoes, more gift ideas, more of everything you want. If you're looking for the right gift for the golfer in your life, let the friendly team of Hagen Oaks experts help you find the perfect gift. From golf bags to golf balls, from golf pants to golf shirts, from rain gear to golf gloves, Hagen Oaks has it all. And much is on sale. Visit the Hagen Oaks Golf Super Rare Shop, Fulton Avenue at Business 80, or find us at HagenOaks.com.
Ho, 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 ho. Looks like you made the ice list this year.
Santa, don't you mean the nice list?
No, ice, because Prestigio Jewelers carries all the ice you need.
For over 30 years, Prestigio Jewelers has offered in-house financing and fine jewelry. Guaranteed credit approval between $400 and $10,000 with no money down options. Make this Christmas season unforgettable. The perfect jewelry, the perfect price, helping you build perfect credit. With locations in Sacramento, Stockton, Merced, and Fresno, or online at PrestigioJewelers.com.
The Hagen Oaks Golf Super Shop is expanding. I guess you could say the Super Shop is getting more superer. That means more for you. More apparel, more equipment, more shoes, more gift ideas, more of everything you want. If you're looking for the right gift for the golfer in your life, let the friendly team of Hagen Oaks experts help you find the perfect gift. From golf bags to golf balls, from golf pants to golf shirts, from rain gear to golf gloves, Hagen Oaks has it all. And much is on sale. Visit the Hagen Oaks Golf Super Rare Shop, Fulton Avenue at Business 80, or find us at HagenOaks.com.
Time now for your 49ers injury report, brought to you by Jeremy Winter, attorney at law. He cares because he's been there. In the 38-13 win over the Bears on Sunday, the Niners suffered a couple of more significant injuries. Left guard Ben Barch suffered a high ankle sprain, and running back Isaac Guerrero departed with a possible foot sprain. With Christian McCaffrey and J.P. Morgan already on the injured list, this could be a real problem for the 49ers, who get ready to take on the Los Angeles Rams in a key game on Thursday night.
Serious accident. You deserve the law offices of Jeremy Winter. 877-637-3237. Jeremy lost his mother in a car accident and knows firsthand the pain caused by tragedy. That is why he became an attorney to fight for others who are going through a tragedy. If you've been seriously injured in an accident, you deserve more. You deserve better. You deserve Jeremy Winter. 877-637-3237.
Your new home for 49ers football in the 916 Sacktown Sports.
When we talked to our next guest last week about the 49ers Bears game, did he guarantee a 49er win? He said he thought they'd probably win, and you know what? That's pretty good this year. That's pretty good the way they've been playing this year. Rod Brooks, of course, 49er pre- and post-game host, NBC Sports Bay Area. Yeah, they got it done against the Bears, Rod. I thought a lot of that was because the Bears played that zone defense that the 49ers haven't seen all year, and they tore it up.
Hey, I ain't going to lie. That was the softest guarantee in history, wasn't it? I was like, yeah, they might win, but hey, you know when somebody's voice go really high? That's when you know they're faking the funk, right? But, you know, it's funny. I was saying to somebody a few days ago that two things can be equally true. The Niners played good football, played the way that they needed to play, obviously, the way that they're capable of playing. They started fast offensively. The defense followed right behind them with 3 and outs, you know, with sacks on 3 and outs, getting the offense the ball back. Offense go down and score. You know, that's Niner football. It's complementary football. It's what everybody wants to do. So the Niners played the way that they supposed to. And the Bears bared that game up. You know, the Bears are not very good. I thought maybe they'd be able to do a little something offensively. But, you know, just the way, again, the Niners started offensively and defensively, blunted anything they wanted to do offensively. You know, and I think I said to you guys last week that Caleb Williams runs into a lot of sacks, and he did that. He was sacked 6-7 times, whatever it was. But the Bears defensively, I mean, I think the secret, but everybody knows that you play zone against Brock Purdy, he's going to eat you up. And why they did that is why the Bears are the Bears, and they're going to be looking for another head coach.
I mean, we knew that all season long. We've been talking about that, right? And so let me ask you this, though, Rod. When you look at what Brock was able to do, I'm looking at his weapons. Are Kittle and Juwan his top targets? Like, has the Debo situation, has he lost some of his luster, if you will? Is he a role player, I guess, on this team now?
Well, let me start in order. To answer your question, yeah, man, it's Juwan Jennings and is George Kittle. Where would they be without those two guys? Yeah. They'd be in more trouble than they're in right now. And they're still in a very tricky situation. So, you know, credit to Juwan Jennings for what he has turned himself into, because you know how it is, because it's kind of this way in basketball. When a star goes down, and in this case, Brandon Ayuk is the star I'm referencing, although I'm switching sports here. When the star goes down, the next guy all of a sudden becomes the star, and then what happens? His name is at the top of the scouting report, right? And then he becomes the one, all the focus is on him, and that player, for whatever reason, whether it's how he's defended or whether he's not up to the task, he doesn't fill the role of that one. Well, Juwan Jennings, you lose Brandon Ayuk, he is the de facto number one receiver, and he turns into a legit number one receiver for this team. So credit to him. George Kittle, the crazy thing about him is that dude is at his core an inline run blocking tight end. And think about the difference he makes when he's not in there with their run game. How their run game almost falls apart if he's not in there blocking. We saw that in the Green Bay game. What he's able to do for them pass catching wise, especially in the red zone, has been unbelievable. Now to the Debo thing. Hey, no, because, hey, man, listen, everybody, he is beloved by his teammates. So that, that fit of social media anger he had earlier this week, nobody's tripping off of that, man. That's something for us to talk about in the media. That's something for fans to talk about. clearly he's frustrated with, I don't think he's frustrated with his diminished role. I think he's frustrated with the fact that he ain't the dude that he used to be. And this happens in sports a lot, if not exclusively, and it happens in life a lot, if not exclusively. Because the thing that tripped me out about, the post he sent out on the old school is that, hey man, they clearly tried, even when the game was out of reach on Sunday, to get you the ball, to get you going. So to say you're not getting touches is incorrect and tone deaf. But the thing is that if they are going to pull this thing out of the fire, they're going to need Debo to be Debo. And I think that was part of the reason why they got him involved the way they did, like I said, especially when the game was out of reach. They need the Debo. And Drapes, I'm not doing this because of who you bang with. But they need the Debo tomorrow to be that Debo that went into Philly.
Yeah.
And almost shut down y'all's operation.
Remember that, Drapes?
Y'all can dump on me,
No,
y'all living in the past. That's all right.
I'm not dumping on you. I'm just using the past to reference the very near future in tomorrow night. They need that Debo that walked into the link wearing black Air Force Ones. And if you know, you know. And if I have to explain it to you, I'm going to let y'all do that on y'all's show. You need black Air Force Ones, Debo, to show up at Levi's tomorrow night and do the thing he did in Philly last year.
Nah, but Rod, let's be honest. From what I see, and I'm not just talking on the field. I'm talking 2 weeks ago when they got their butts handed to them by Buffalo. I saw a Debo Samuel meet with the media afterwards and look shook, didn't have that bravado, didn't seem confident. It almost made me think like the Debo we saw in Philly was kind of an act, a front runner, if you will. I'm just saying, I'm calling it the guy. Now that the squad is struggling, he's not getting the ball. He looks humbled. I don't know. You tell me. You didn't look in his eyes on his post-game press conference and see a dude that's a shell of himself?
Well, see, no, I'm not going to do that. But since you psychoanalyzing wide receivers, why don't you find out?
No. This ain't
your boy AJ Brown and why he beefing with Jalen Hurts. I mean, since you got it like that, since you got the Ruth West.
Hey, we don't do the whataboutism here. We don't do what about it.
You got the wide receiver couch out.
Here's the thing. I don't think he's not the dude he used to be. Clearly. I don't think he's a shell of himself. I think it's a combination of, hey man, Father Time is undefeated, and also when he gets the ball, when he's in the backfield, he gets the ball in the backfield. Everybody knows what's coming. I think it's incumbent upon the head coach to find a different way to get the most out of a guy in Debo Samuel, who you're going to need to get you out of this situation. Now, when it comes to what I see from Debo in terms of the look in his eyes, I see someone who's frustrated with his role and who's frustrated with himself. Because they're in a situation now where if they got the best version of Debo, they might be a tick better than, or maybe, a couple of games better than they are right now. So I really think this game coming up tomorrow, it's important for the obvious reasons, but I think it's important for Debo going forward, not just this year, but next year, because I think he's going to be there next year. And me personally, as an observer, I want him around next year. But I think it's going to be important going forward here, this game, because you're going to have to get something out of Debo if you're going to be successful. To me, it's just a fairly easy way to look at it.
Rod, I got to say, just observing what happened there, the way you turned that question around on Drapes, to me, that was like it's 3rd and 8. You're back to throw. There's no blitz protect, and the linebacker has you in his grasp, and you shake it off, and you run for 15 yards and pick up the first down, Drapes. First down.
Is that what Rod did? He picked up? Nah. He did whataboutism. That's come on now.
But what I did is I had that one on the face sheet because as soon as I saw that video of Brandon Graham, who for whatever reason decided to go on his radio show to talk about the drama between his wide receiver and his quarterback, I'm like, let me go ahead and file that away.
Had that one in the back pocket ready. Yeah.
I was ready.
Rod, I got a couple injury questions, so I'll lump them together here if I may. Do you know whether Garendo has even a halfway decent chance of playing tomorrow? And when do you think we might see Dre Greenlaw?
You're going to see Dre Greenlaw tomorrow. To me, though, the thing, and that's a good thing, but to me, and this has been proven when it comes to guys sitting out for a while, whether it's due to injury or whether it's due to contracts, football shape is a real thing. It's not just something you talk about. And guys have to get in the football shape. We saw that with Bosa last year. We saw that with IU at the beginning of the year before he got hurt. We saw with McCaffrey. It took him 3 games and 3 1/4 games before he was able to get into it. And he got hurt. Debo a couple of years ago. Guys sit out a long time. Don't just come back and start playing football at the same level. So he's going to be out there. I would think maybe 45, 50% of the snaps. But I think to expect Dre Greenlaw, before the Achilles tendon injury, to be the same Dre Greenlaw you get today or tomorrow, I just don't see that happening. It's better that he's there. I think we kind of need to pump the brakes a little bit on the impact that he can make. To me, Garendo, it's a game time. They're not faking when they say if this were a Sunday situation where they play on Sunday, he would play. Problem is they're playing tomorrow night. So it looks to me like he's 75%. They say he's walking without a limp, but until he starts going through drills, you just at this point don't know.
We appreciate it, Rod. Thanks. Enjoy the game. We'll talk to you next week.
All right, fellas. I'll talk to you.
All right, man. All right,
well
Rod.
done. Well done. Well done.
See, that's
Rod
why
Rod.
he's my guy, man. Because he can hold his own in the fire here.
Yeah.
It's,
we've got some more NBA trade news. So does today's news make it more or less likely that the Kings will end up with Drapes and Jay's #1 trade target? We're back with that on Sacktown Sports.
Christmas music is everywhere. The smell of gingerbread is in the air. And wait, what's that sound? It's Santa. He's headed back to Sacramento for the 41st annual Santa Parade, December 14th in downtown Sacramento. Bring your entire family to the parade route around the Capitol for over 100 floats, including marching bands, pageant princesses, clowns, horses, and of course, Santa himself.
The 41st annual Santa Parade, Saturday, December 14th with Shriners Children's Northern California, Gurnick Academy, and the California Army National Guard. The fun begins at 10 a.m. Get more info at sacktownsports.com.
What's happening, everybody? It's your boy Kyle Draper for Mercedes-Benz of Stockton. It's that time of year. You know what time of year it is. The Mercedes-Benz Vans year-end sales event is underway. Don't think twice, because it's the perfect opportunity to take your drive to the next level. They're perfect for any business needs. Mercedes-Benz Vans, they offer a wide range of commercial vehicles. Trust me on this. They got Sprinter vans. You could turn it into a worker cargo van, a worker passenger van, or how about just a plain old passenger van? I could do that also. They're fully customizable. And one of the things I love about their Sprinter vans, I'm a big guy, I could fit in them comfortably. So now is the time to head down to Mercedes-Benz of Stockton. They can help you with all your van needs. Ask about customer cash and even special financing options. And business owners, now is the time to take advantage of those year-end tax breaks. So take the short drive down I-5 or go online anytime at mbofstockton.com. That's mbofstockton.com, and tell them your boy Drape sent you.
Hello, Sacramento. I'm Emran Pilati, owner of True Sports Cards and Collectible Store here in Rockland, California, and the host of the True Sports Cards Show that airs right here on Sacktown Sports 1140 every Saturday from 10 to 11 a.m., where we discuss the latest trends, hottest products, and deliver exclusive interviews with other industry leaders. And don't forget to visit our shop, True Sports Cards, at 6661 Stanford Ranch Road in Rockland, and see what we have for all your sports card and memorabilia needs.
Hi, this is Greg Papa. Disasters hit every day. If your home, business, or building has suffered from any disaster, SunPoint Public Adjusters can help. SunPoint prepares, presents, and negotiates your claim with the insurance company, working only for you, making sure you get everything you're entitled to and letting your focus be on what's most important, your family or your business. Call SunPoint today at 888-247-7865 or contact us at sunpoint.us. SunPoint Public Adjusters, the gold standard in public adjusting.
License number 2N14884.
All guests come to you from the Folsom Lake Honda Hotline. Folsom Lake Honda, your one-stop Honda shop.
Meet Cheryl. Hey, she's on vacation and lost in the moment.
Unfortunately, so is her Chase debit card.
It's got to be somewhere.
Maybe she lost it at salsa night.
These skirts should have pockets.
Or maybe she lost it at Pilates.
3 and 2 and...
But she's not worried. With the Chase mobile app, she can lock her card till it turns up. Tools that help protect. One bank that puts you in control. Visit chase.com/checking. Chase, make more of what's yours.
Chase mobile app is available for select mobile devices. Message and data rates may apply. JP Morgan Chase Bank and a member FDIC.
The holidays mean more travel, more shopping, more time online, and more personal info in more places that could expose you more to identity theft. But LifeLock monitors millions of data points per second. If your identity is stolen, our US-based restoration specialists will fix it, guaranteed, or your money back. Don't face drained accounts, fraudulent loans, or financial losses alone. Get more holiday fun and less holiday worry with LifeLock. Save up to 40% your first year with promo code NEWS. Visit LifeLock.com. Terms apply.
There's never been a better time than now to get yourself into a brand new Jeep because we're still celebrating Black Friday all month long at Sacramento Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. And there's a reason people keep coming back because it's the place where a handshake still means something. Off Business 80 across from Hagen Oaks Golf Course. And Merry Christmas from Sacramento Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram.
In North Carolina, they're excited about Santa Claus coming to town, but they're more excited about Bill Belichick coming to town. According to ESPN, Bill Belichick finalizing that deal to become the new head coach at North Carolina. So they started talking to him, let's see, Sunday. John P. Prayer honed in on Belichick in recent weeks. That's a board chair at North Carolina. They met multiple times at length, including for 5 hours Sunday. And those talks, according to ESPN, quote, finally culminated with Belichick finalizing the deal Wednesday. How about that, Drapes?
Doesn't make sense to me, Whitey. Just does not make sense. Bill Belichick dealing with NIL, transfer portal, recruiting. It don't make sense. Or is this just a play to set up his son? In a couple years here, Steve, you can have the job. Steve Belichick.
Yeah.
His
dad coached there too.
Oh, did he?
Yeah. His father, Belichick's father, Steve, serves as an assistant for the Tar Heels in the 50s.
Oh, I didn't know that. Okay, so it's some a relationship there,
yeah,
if you will. I don't know, man. And maybe it's because the NFL doesn't want Bill Belichick. Like all his options are exhausted, and he loves coaching, and so this is the next best thing, the only thing that might be available. But I just don't see how this can work. From an X's and O's standpoint, it's brilliant of North Carolina. But the mundane day-to-day stuff that you have to deal with on the college level, I don't think Bill Belichick is cut out for that. And maybe he has assistants and people that handle all that.
Maybe he thinks, just tell him I'm there.
Right,
Belichick.
right,
Yeah.
right. He not, hopping on a plane to go to Ohio to visit some offensive lineman.
That's
and,
a grind.
that's
Yeah.
a grind. Yeah, I'm shocked by this. I'm really shocked by this news. I thought, why not wait? Maybe the Cowboys opening comes up. There are other openings. Maybe the Bears at the end of the season. Like, why college? It doesn't make sense to me.
Belichick spent recent days familiarizing himself with the transfer portal and NIL and spent a lot of time on how the organizational chart of a college system would work. I would think, to your point, if I'm Bill Belichick and I spend days looking at that, I go, yeah, I don't want to do that.
I don't want to deal with that. And here's the thing about college too, Whitey. And you know this. College sports today isn't how it was 5 years ago. Today, guys are transferring mid-season. They're saying, we're leaving. Mid-season, they're saying, you know what? I'm not playing the rest of the year because I'm entering the transfer portal.
Yeah.
Like, it seems like a big, giant headache that someone of Bill Belichick's caliber wouldn't want to deal with.
Here's what he told McAfee on Monday. Belichick said, if I was in a college program, the college program would be a pipeline to the NFL for the players that have the ability to play in the NFL. It would be a professional program, training, nutrition, scheme, coaching, and techniques that would transfer to the NFL. End quote. Pardon me. So that's a recruiting tool right there, right?
Yes.
You got Bill Belichick's the coach there, and he's running an NFL pipeline.
You know what? from a player standpoint, it sounds great. You're learning from arguably the greatest football coach of all time. Like, that's a selling point. But also, let me ask you this. You hear how tight of a ship Bill Belichick runs. If I'm an 18, 19-year-old kid, I want to be coached like that?
Yeah, that's a good question.
It's I can't wait to see this actually happen and see how North Carolina does. It just doesn't seem like a good fit for me.
Mm-hmm. I would think on some level there has to be an appeal for him in that you're coaching football to students who want to learn the game, not professionals. Although I know with NIL now, it's college athletes aren't what they used to be, and bless them for that. But maybe just something about you're a football coach. No, that's all you have to worry about. You're coaching the football players on the football team. Maybe there's some appeal there in the twilight of his career.
Yeah, and
don't you think it was sobering also that like he couldn't even get hired by the Atlanta Falcons?
Right. That's what I'm saying. Like, how much has he fallen from grace? And it ain't like he going to Alabama, LSU. He's going to North Carolina. They not even, their basketball team is, gets more pub than their football team out there. And so, but, we've seen, legendary coaches, our friend Mike Holmgren, back in the day, go to a different level and say, you know what? I've had a great run in the NFL. I'm going to go do this now. And so I thought, and I still do think somebody in the NFL should hire him.
Mm-hmm.
Like the Cowboys, their issue with the Cowboys, maybe this season, yes, but talent was never the issue. It was coaching. It was poor execution in the biggest of moments.
It's an owner who won't let the coach do what a coach is supposed to do.
Right. But, and so, but if you're Bill Belichick, he's the perfect guy to turn that around if the owner would just back up, which he probably won't. But I'm looking at the Chicago Bears, and I still maintain this. I don't think the Bears are that far off, not saying from a Super Bowl contender, but being in the mix for a playoff spot.
Mm-hmm.
Like, the coaching was horrendous for the Bears this season. The offensive line, horrendous for the Bears. You get a guy like Bill Belichick in, shore up the offensive line. He can mold a young Caleb Williams. Like, I'm surprised he would go to college route.
Can't be asked, isn't Belichick's girlfriend still in college? So maybe that was part of the. Damn. He's not the only one saying things like that.
I know. I didn't want to bring up the girlfriend. I didn't want to. She's in her 20s. I didn't want to bring up the girlfriend. I'm not going to do that to Bill. I'm not going to do that.
Wow. I mean, I'm surprised, but you seem genuinely stunned by this.
Yes. Because, this is like an all-time great, the greatest coach going to North Carolina.
And he couldn't get an NFL job.
What does that tell you, Whitey?
They're looking for younger, cheaper coaches.
Do you think they think, meaning owners and, hiring people, that the game, not the X's and O's, but the way things are done has sort of passed Bill Belichick by? Like,
maybe so.
And yeah, go ahead.
Well, I was going to say, it seems to me if you hired Bill Belichick, you're hiring him to run everything. He's not just going to come in and, I'll be the coach and who's the GM, because that's what he's done before.
Yeah.
If you're not sure, if you're thinking maybe the game has passed him by, it's the last thing you want to do is hand the guy the keys to your entire football operation.
Yeah. Nah, you're right. And we saw what happened there at the end in New England.
Yeah.
He flamed out big time, whether it was drafting, Mac Jones at quarterback, that didn't work out, like some of the player personnel things. And so I think his luster as sort of, the shine is off regarding him. And the fact that no other NFL team would want to bring him in, that says a lot to me. And he goes to North Carolina. It just like, what are they going to be? 9-3? There's a,
if they are. It's like he's a genius,
right? I guess. But does anybody care if North Carolina's good?
It's funny. This is an oversimplification, but as you were talking, I just thought of this. So you had Mac Jones, you had Bill Belichick wanted him, and we know Kyle Shanahan wanted him. And Shanahan didn't get him, and Shanahan botched that whole thing getting Trey Lance.
Yeah.
And he's still fine. Belichick gets Mac Jones, and he's done. It ruined him.
Right. It ruined him, right? No, you're right about that because he didn't have Brock Purdy to save him.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. All right. When we come back, we'll look at the trade news, potential trade news. Will it make it easier or harder for the Kings to grab on to the guy that is the number one trade target for both Drapes and Jay? We also have Anthony Slater coming up at 3:15. Drive Guys on Sacktown Sports.
Thanks to Total Wine, you saved more on all the gifts for the ones you adore. Wine, spirits, beers, all nestled on shelves.
Curbside pickup and delivery available, and the lowest prices for over 30 years only at Total Wine & More.
Drink responsibly. B21.
This Christmas, the NFL is live on Netflix, and it's a gift you can't wrap. On December 25th, Netflix will be the home for 2 NFL Christmas Day games. At 1 p.m. Eastern, the 2024 Super Bowl winning Kansas City Chiefs face the Pittsburgh Steelers, followed by the Baltimore Ravens versus the Houston Texans at 4:30 p.m. Eastern Time. It's a holiday tradition you won't want to miss. Watch live only on Netflix. You won't want to miss it.
Ba, 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 ba. Yep, 'tis the season. Hey, if you take pride in your gift giving, here's a great idea for you. Gift cards from the Good Feet store. Okay, so arch supports aren't exactly what they've been hinting for, but you know they'd love them. And with the Good Feet lifetime warranty, it's a gift they'll enjoy forever. Buy a Good Feet gift card now, and Good Feet will boost its value 20%. That's a 20% gift from the Good Feet store. The Good Feet store in Sacramento, Roseville, Vacaville, and in Reno on South Virginia Street.
At Elk Grove Honda, our recipe for happy holidays is to think happy Honda days. Let's explain. Happy is a good thing. We all like happy. Honda stands for quality, reliability, comfort, design, peace of mind, value at resale, and a lot more feel-good words. Days is how long you have left to take advantage of Elk Grove Honda's year-end clearance underway right now. Elk Grove Honda is located in the Elk Grove Auto Mall, Highway 99 at Elk Grove Boulevard, or visit us at elkgrovehonda.com.
I gotta get an Elk Grove Honda. Finally, an easy way to find home improvement contractors. Just visit subcontractorsunited.com and simplify your search for home services professionals. From cabinets to windows, roofing to plumbing, Subcontractors United is an easy, simple way to find and hire a home improvement contractor. And you never have to give up personal information. So no harassing phone calls like you get from those other websites. Subcontractorsunited.com is sponsored by D&D Cabinets and Savage Design.
What's up? We're talking to Chad Hoblet, a Hoblet Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Woodland. What's happening for the Wrap Up the Year sales event?
We're giving you a head start on next year with up to $16,000 off MSRP on new 2025 Ram 1500 Bighorn Crew Cab 4x4s, starting as low as $36,325.
Wow. You guys are always looking forward.
Not only do we have great deals on new Ram trucks, the Hoblet Family Dealers is growing with a huge selection of used cars at the Hoblet Certified Pre-Owned Supercenter, with over 220 vehicles available and over 45 under 20,000.
Now more than ever, Hoblet needs to be your first stop when you need a new or used car. Search, select, and save through our whole inventory at HobletDodge.com. Unbeatable prices, unbeatable selection. Nobody beats Hoblet, period. 16,000 total net savings on select new Ram 1500 models after 10,500 factory rebates and 5,500 dealer discounts. Rebates include 1,500 Chrysler Capital bonus cash. Must finance through Chrysler Capital qualify. 500 business upfit, business ownership, and 500 upfit required. And 2,000 Ford Conquest cash. Must own or lease a Ford. No trade-in required. 10th net savings. 36,325 sample VIN 544-890. See dealer for details.
Here comes Floyd, throw over the middle. Intercepted by Fred Warner.
Faithful to the Bay.
Fred gets up and runs back the other way, 30.
Be there December 12th for Thursday Night Football at Levi Stadium as the San Francisco 49ers take on the Los Angeles Rams.
20, one block and he's in.
This battle of NFC West rivals is presented by Rakuten.
Touchdown!
Tickets are available now. Secure your seats today at 49ers.com/tickets.
San Francisco!
Sacramento's premier country music festival, Country in the Park, is coming back May 16th and 17th at Cal Expo with Bailey Zimmerman, Billy Currington, Cole Wetzel, Nate Smith, and more. You'll enjoy food trucks, rock walls, and a mechanical bull, line dancing, and more. Single-day GA tickets start at $52 at CITPfest.com. It's Country in the Park, May 16th and 17th with Good Guys Heating and Cooling. Find out more at CITPfest.com.
KHD1 Sacramento, KYMX HD3 Sacramento. From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios.
This is Sacktown Sports 1140. Live and local, it's the Drive Guys. Watch the show on youtube.com/Sacktown Sports 1140.
or listen on the Sacktown Sports app.
Anthony Slater coming up 3:15. Before we get back to the Kings and the trade deadline, just a quick note. You may have heard, I think we played another one of those commercials for the upcoming Santa Parade this Saturday.
Yeah.
Santa's not the only star who's going to be there.
Your boy's going to be representing out there, man. Not sure exactly where I'll be set up, but I'll be alongside Alan Stiles. And
better be at the main reviewing.
I should be,
stage.
right?
Yes.
Yeah. I don't need the auxiliary viewing spot. I need the main, like right in front of the Capitol, with the Capitol behind me, like a picturesque. Got my little daughter coming also.
Oh, very
me.
nice.
Yeah, she says she wants to go. So
is Alan going to be like your runner? Like you go get stuff,
coffee and stuff like that? Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I mean, Alan Stiles, he's going to come in there, trying to finesse his way into something. Right. I'll be like, Stiles, come on, man. Kids' table is over there, big fella. Come on now. Why are you doing that? Why are you setting me up for that?
I'm just asking the question. All right. We know that you and Jay and a lot of Kings fans love the idea of John Collins coming.
Yes.
This is from Evan Sidery today. As the Jazz weigh potential trade offers for Colin Sexton, John Collins, and Jordan Clarkson, they are valuing prospects in return over more future draft picks. If that's true, assuming it's not posturing, if it's true, does that make it more or less likely that the Kings, if interested, would have a shot? As the Jazz, according to Evan Sidery, are valuing prospects in return over more future draft picks. Obviously, it depends on what they think of some of the Kings' young players, but the Kings their roster isn't brimming with prospects.
Right. That's why I think it would be less likely that the Kings would be in on him. I mean, even financially, like we talked about, to make the money work, you would have to give up some veterans. It's not just a handful of prospects that you can give up. I look at a team, we always bring up the Warriors, like they got some prospects. Houston has some prospects. There are a number of teams out there that have, some prospects. I look at Detroit. They got some prospects, and so to me, it makes it less likely. I think our strongest assets that, we would be willing to part with is probably our first rounders, like the draft picks, not necessarily any players. And so, and here's the thing too. When you look at Utah, they're already stockpiled with draft picks. Right. You know what I mean? Like they need impact guys that can come and grow and be part of the team for 4 or 5 years and really take a step forward. We don't have a whole lot of those right now.
Yeah. So who are those guys? And again, we're not trying to send them out of town. We don't even know if the Kings are interested in John Collins, but if you're identifying who their prospects would be, we'd be talking Devin Carter, Colby Jones,
Keon's still a prospect.
Yeah,
exactly.
I mean, Isaac Jones, perhaps.
Yeah.
And again, it all hinges on like how Danny Ainge and other talent evaluators around the league view them.
Right.
Yeah.
That's the thing. It's like, all right, we can view our guys one way.
Yeah.
But that doesn't mean Danny Ainge and the Jazz view it that way. And so I look at it like, when you look at our prospects, the reason why we're trying to add depth and, Dorian Finney-Smith is because we haven't necessarily hit on those. Like those guys haven't taken a baton and ran with it and shown that they, can be key members of a championship team. And so, I'm looking at some of the teams that are out there, Whitey, who has some of the. I look at a team like team we see in tomorrow, Pelicans.
Mm-hmm.
They got some prospects.
They do.
They got some young pieces that they could give up. I look at a team like Portland.
Mm-hmm.
They got some young prospects.
Mm-hmm.
And so
Houston.
And that's the thing where, when it comes to Sacramento, it's not just about, hey, we can go out there and try and trade for this guy. Is our package better than what Houston or Portland is offering? That's where I think we may come up short.
Are you with me on this? The Kings' path forward trade-wise, if there's a guy that's a really established player, a good player like John Collins, if you can get him, great. I'm thinking it might be more likely for you to try to get a couple of lesser guys who you feel very confident about in terms of being rotational guys. I think that might be the way to go. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah,
and you can add two guys to your bench where you're like, these are young veterans, but they're consistent, and if they play anything close to what they've shown they can do, they're going to help us.
Yeah, I agree. I'm with you. I look at some of the players that like for instance, this is one guy you were high on, and I know he's hurt right now, like a DeAnthony Melton, like a Najee Marshall. That's who I wanted us to get. There's some guys who are at worst are solid role players. Right. You know what I mean? That you can count on. And then maybe you hit on them when they come here in Sacramento. The question is now, who are those guys? Like, to me, and I know Dorian Finney-Smith is high on a lot of our list, he's getting up there in age too. You know what I mean? Like a Bruce Brown. Who's that guy that we can pick up, mid-season that could help us, 25, 26 years old, that could come in and be an impact player for us.
Cody Martin?
Cody Martin could be, yeah. Cody Martin could be.
Like $8 million a year for, I forget how long his deal runs now.
Yeah.
But affordable, probably obtainable.
Yes.
And would help you.
Yes. A solid veteran, a guy that, could be your 7th or 8th man. And I would also say he's not the type that would be a DMP CD. Like,
exactly.
He's a firm rotation guy on this team. And so, no, maybe he's a guy, and I don't think he would cost a lot, right? Like, I don't know how much he would cost in terms of player, but picks-wise, maybe a heavily protected first. 2 seconds?
Maybe seconds.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, you're not. Yes, exactly. Oh, so I'm looking at this Bleacher Report story. This is from a while ago as we talk about trade targets. Dream and realistic trade targets for every NBA team.
Mm-hmm.
This is a few weeks ago, about a month ago. Dream target, Derrick Jones Jr. He's one of those guys you got to wait till after the 15th to sign. Realistic target, Larry Nance Jr. What do you think about Nance?
He addresses your need for length,
athleticism. Can stretch the floor a little bit.
Yeah, like a little more shooting.
Yeah.
But again, I think you might have to get two guys.
And the thing about Larry Nance, I think he's an energy guy. He comes in, can throw down some dunks. Like, really.
Drapes, can I tell you something? I mean, the way the bench is playing, I take Larry Nance Sr.
Now,
if he's
that's messed up, man. That's messed up. Nah, I hear you though. We need bodies right now.
Yeah,
we need bodies. Yeah. So this Bleacher Report article says Nance Jr., a decent 3-point shooter who can stand to add some volume. Nance would give the Kings a different look than they currently have with Trey Lyles and Alex Len. Get up and down the floor. Athletic, throw it down.
You
lob
can quibble, around the edges, but bottom line, that is a guy that if you don't have to give up a lot to get him, he makes you better.
Right? Exactly. Now, he's a legit NBA rotation player. No doubt about it. So maybe that's a guy they kick the tires on.
Can I go on the record? John Collins is still on my list.
Yes.
But I want to push him back to number 2.
Ooh, you got a new number 1?
Yeah, we talked about him yesterday. My new number 1 is Herb Jones.
Yeah,
I think he's at 12-9 or 12-5 or whatever he's getting this year, and he signed a 4 for 53 or something crazy. I mean, something like that. Like that's nothing.
Right.
I'd be throwing a first-round pick. I'd throw a player out there. That's chump change technically in this NBA, which is what Cody Martin's making, 8-point-something million. Yeah, Herb Jones is my guy. I think he is a 3-and-D guy. He's long. He's athletic. He's the type of guy that you can have here for the next 6 years.
Absolutely. Yeah. I don't know anybody who has said, I'm out on Herb Jones.
Yeah, I think
but we just don't know if he's available.
Right. And I think all 30 teams in the NBA would love to have Herb Jones. He's and you may have to give up a lot, Jay.
You're right.
You may have to attach.
He's giving up a 1?
Oh, yeah.
Just
okay.
Sure. No protections? Just
no. You can have a one, man. Listen, I'm not putting the sweet and low in there. I'm putting the pure cane sugar, fellas. I'm trying to go get it, right? I don't want the sweet and low with it.
Yeah.
Take that off the table.
I will say
we need the CNH.
We're gonna have Antonio Daniels on tomorrow. Pelicans broadcaster.
All right.
Got to ask him about her.
Yeah.
Got to ask him about
And remember
her.
last year on this show at the arena, he told you guys Herb Jones, Najee Marshall, Dyson Daniels, but he said Herb Jones is basically the best defender in the league.
Yeah.
Sign me up for that.
All right, we'll see if Slates knows anything about that. Anthony Slater joins us next. Drive Guy Sacktown Sports.
Thursday night, Kings and Pelicans. Game night with Scott Marsh and the high flyer Henry Turner starts at 3:30. Tip-off at 5. Your exclusive home for the Sacramento Kings is Sacktown Sports 1140.
Hey everyone, it's Ted from Consumer Cellular, the guy in the orange sweater, and this is your wake-up call. If you're paying too much for wireless service, you don't have to keep having that nightmare. Consumer Cellular has the same fast, reliable coverage as the leading carriers for less. And for a limited time, new customers receive their second month free when they sign up and use promo code SECONDFREE by January 26th. So why keep spending more than you have to? Seriously, wake up and call 1-888-FREEDOM or visit consumercellular.com.
Taxes, fees, and other third-party charges will apply. See website for additional details.
Ever find holiday shopping overwhelming? We've got to figure out what they want and then find it all too. Enter Kohl's. They have the best gifts all in one spot. The toys your kids have been asking for, the silk PJs she's been eyeing, and the stylish sweater he'll love. And you can get 20% off some of your gifts during their customer appreciation event. Yup, holiday shopping at Kohl's is the move. Select styles, offers end December 15th. Some exclusions apply. Coupons do not apply to toys. See store or Kohl's.com for details.
So right now may be the perfect time for you to rethink how you pay for health care. And here's why. This time of year is decision time for a lot of people, but it's also when you can join MediShare and save even more than usual. For many families, joining MediShare means saving about $500 a month, which is a game changer for a lot of people, obviously. But what's more, MediShare members like it a lot. Their satisfaction rate is 98%. Imagine that. And MediShare is a proven thing, too, for over 30 years. It's a Christian community of hundreds of thousands of people now. And here's the thing. If you join before December 15th and you mention the promo code SHARE, they'll waive your application fee. So you save even more right off the bat. I'll give you the number here in a second, but just call and you'll get a price within 2 minutes. And again, the deadline is December 15th. So call now. You'll save even more. Here's the number. 877-26-BIBLE. That's 877-26-BIBLE. 877-26-BIBLE.
Your flagship station for the Beam Team, Sacktown Sports.
We were just talking about potential trade candidates. Larry Nance Jr.'s name came up, and one of my first thoughts, Drapes, was I think I mentioned it. Is he a good enough shooter?
Good shooter, yeah.
He's shooting 55% this year.
Yes.
Three. Very, very low.
Very small.
Like fewer than 3 a game, but still.
But can knock him down.
I guess so.
He can knock him down.
Yeah.
That might be a guy, man.
Yeah.
We haven't really talked about him, but it kind of makes sense.
Yeah. 32 on an expiring contract. Our next guest may know something about that. He knows a lot about the NBA. Senior writer for The Athletic, senior NBA writer, Anthony Slater. Slates, we need your help with something here. How are you, by the way?
I am in the middle of a pretty arduous back-to-back with 2 local 8:30 tips. I'm going to Rockets Warriors tonight, but I'm good.
Yeah. Okay. Cup game tonight, right?
Yeah, I was at the Cup game last night.
You was in OKC last night?
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, it was a good one.
Listen, somebody happened to mention yesterday that teams are asking about Herb Jones. That's it. We don't know if he's available, but somebody reported teams are inquiring about Herb Jones. So Kings fans are going nuts over that concept, the idea of, wow, Herb Jones, and he would be a great fit here. Not to put you on the spot, do you have any insight or even an opinion on whether the Pelicans would have any reason to want to move off of Herb Jones?
It costs, a lot because he's on a very appealing deal. I think I'm looking at it now. He's in year 2 of a 4-year 53, so he's making 12, 13, 14 the next couple of years. Mm-hmm. No, to answer your question, I don't think, you'd really have to lure New Orleans off that deal because they're still attempting to resuscitate this era where they kind of thought they could maybe leap into contention. To me, like the Brandon Ingram conversation is the bigger conversation around them right now. But I mean, they're also 5-20. Ingram's out for a while. Zion's out for an indefinite amount of time. Like, I have a feeling they just kind of need to shake things up in general. So it's not to say Herb Jones couldn't be traded, but it's certainly not one of those, hey, here's an expiring and like a protected first. I think it would cost more than that.
Wow. Okay. Hey, Slates, we're hearing so many names being thrown about. Portland, New Orleans. Is this the time when, GMs are throwing this out there, agents? Like, how would you describe the level of chatter we're hearing now and how much of it is real?
It's starting up. You guys know, I think we were talking about it last week, but December 15th, the big day of like all the contracts signed in the off season become eligible. Like theoretically, D'Anthony Melton is a name from the Warriors where he tore his ACL. He's out for the year. Well, they can use that expiring $12 million deal to go get somebody, but they literally can't even trade it till December 15th. But this to me is kind of the starting line of trade talks. A big weekend coming up, the G League Showcase, which, normally people would be like, why does that matter? All the GMs, all like kind of the deal makers in the league descend on Orlando this year. That's happening December 19th through 21st. So I think a lot of conversations will probably happen then, but this is also the time of year where people's prices are really high and names start to get floated out to see if they can, like a team like Brooklyn, sure, float Dennis Schroeder out, float Cam Johnson out, float Dorian Finney-Smith out, see if somebody will blow you away because they're desperate or they really value your guy. And then maybe a trade goes down. I think that happened last year with Toronto, but what's more likely is you barter with teams for the next month or so, it gets closer, and you come to terms on a more realistic deal. If you're Brooklyn and you're saying, hey, I want 2 firsts for Cam Johnson right now, nobody's probably saying yes, but maybe eventually, it gets to the point where it's like, all right, we'll take 1 protected first. And I'm just using this as an example, but and Kevin Huerter's contract.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Mm-hmm. Anthony Slater with us. We heard so many rumors yesterday, and we're hearing a lot about Jimmy Butler. Do you think Jimmy Butler and the Warriors, is that something we should be paying much attention to potentially?
I mean, look, this is like Jimmy Butler. That's more of a Jimmy Butler Miami thing happening right now, and like his future there, and the fact that Miami wouldn't give him an extension, and like he wants to get paid, and he wants to be somewhere that'll pay him. Is there active conversations with the Warriors? Not at this moment. Could they theoretically enter the equation? Yeah, I mean, it's an interesting thought. Now he makes $48 million, and that's a complicated equation for the Warriors. They're right up against the first apron, which they can't go over. They would have to throw Andrew Wiggins' deal into any possible Butler deal. And while that may not sound like a ton to the Miami side, that's pretty big for the Warriors. He's been their 3rd best player this year. Kuminga's name would have to get thrown in. I think we're going to find out a lot more about him coming up. I'm reading it more that they're probably in the more smaller scale market, considering their financial constraints and their protection of, kind of their future assets. But, again, if they're struggling a month from now and, Jimmy Butler's really trying to muscle his way to the Warriors and they feel like they're a little bit more desperate and maybe this Kuminga experiment that they're going through right now as a starter doesn't work out, like maybe they get desperate and just go swinging for the fences.
Anthony Slater joining us here on The Drive, guys. Slates, as we continue to talk about the trade deadline, Ingram's name has been thrown about, Butler. We are hearing some big names, former All-Stars. At the end of the day, do you think any of those guys get moved, or do you think it'll be quiet on the big fish hunting kind of front?
I think Ingram does, because Ingram is expiring, and the Pelicans aren't going anywhere. I mean, at some point they can kind of try to convince themselves they can get back in the hunt if they get healthy. But the reality is you're 5-20. What type of basketball do you have to play the rest of the season to even get in the plan? Like 36-21 type basketball with no Zion and no Ingram now for a while. Like that's just not going to happen. So I think they're the likeliest candidate, and them and the Nets. But if we're just talking star players and Ingram, to kind of pull the parachute. And if Ingram hasn't worked out an extension there and he just hired Rich Paul and Clutch, it just seems obvious that like they need to find him a new home. And I understand that the Pelicans could try to hold out for some good package, but at the end of the day, if they take him through the deadline and into the offseason, they're probably going to get absolutely nothing for him. So To me, he'd probably be the most likely of the names you're talking about. Butler, I don't know. I mean, we'll see. The thing is, he does have a player option for $52 million next year. To where he's signaling that he's not going to pick it up and he wants to enter free agency, and that's a way to say, hey, Miami, I'll leave if you don't do what I want or give me the contract I want. But at the end of the day, like, is he getting more than 50 in free agency? I don't know.
Wouldn't think so. Yeah. Slates, how about the Kings? The rampaging Kings back within a game of 500 now. What stands out to you about how well they've been playing of late, and how sustainable do you think it might be?
Yeah, I mean, like, their role players are playing better, right? Kevin Huerter's shooting it. This just feels like the Kevin Huerter from a couple of years ago, and that was remember how big a story he was, is this trade edition that they got in the offseason and how well he shot it. Like, that's been him. I know he's kind of been, ushered into this new bench role that he's talking about. It's leading to more consistency. And, that's positive to hear for the Kings for two reasons. Number one, you can see how much that helps them and how deeper they feel when he's playing that well. But also, if he is a trade chip, come January, February, like, you want him to be viewed as a better trade chip. And I'd say if he plays well in this bench role, he would be. Keegan Murray's had a couple better nights. It feels like he's maybe, getting some, traction and they're healthier, right? DeRozan's kind of getting a little bit more back into rhythm. Monk's now starting. I know that's been a big topic. Yeah. It's just, to me, their mid-tier rotation players are just playing better. And when they do that, like, they're who we thought they were going to be, right? They're like, a possible playoff team. But, the fact is they had so many guys in slumps that they weren't looking like it.
Slates, what do you think the Kings are missing right now? Is it just more consistency from their guys, or there's some positions that they need filled?
Yeah, I mean, it's funny. We just had like one of those, like, all 30 articles where they were asking for our answers, and I usually do the Kings on that. So the question was, what's the biggest need? I don't know. I wrote just like a rotation wing who can shoot the three, right? Like a clone of Keegan Murray who's shooting better than 29% from three, right? That just feels like they just need another extra body. So Jay Crowder from 5 years ago would be great.
Right.
Not current Jay Crowder necessarily, but that Cam Johnson, I don't know. To me, like, that's a name I've highlighted for a while with them. It just seems like he fills a lot of needs. So something like that. Just, and I want to see Devin Carter, it's probably unwise to believe that would actually have any type of, like, winning impact, because he's a rookie coming off a massive injury that's going to get dropped in the middle of the season. But I want to see it's just, think about Isaac Jones, for example, just, those like 12 burst minutes he's been given, on a semi-regular basis over the last couple of weeks. Doesn't that feel like, man, they're a better team when suddenly the eighth man is bringing some juice off the bench? Like, it just feels like they need another guy that just gives good, solid, defensive-minded minutes, but also can hit a three. Because, right, that's their two weaknesses. It's like they got to defend better, and they just got to shoot the three more consistently.
Yeah, Slates, I'm with you 100% on Cam. I've been hoping the Kings could find a way to land him for a couple of years now, but now his price keeps going up, both what it would cost to get him and what they're paying him. It may depend.
I don't know that the price is going up. I mean, because it's posturing season. You guys were asking me this earlier, right? I mean, like, what is the ultimate price? That's what's being decided right now. Because, like, again, you can ask for this and that and this and that, but then as we get closer to February and the Nets are sitting there going, we got to take somebody's offer here. Maybe it isn't that. Maybe it isn't that steep.
Gotcha. Hey, the Kings play the Lakers. I think it's like 3 times in the next 10 games.
Yeah.
Is JJ Redick's honeymoon ending out there already? What's up with the Lakers, Slates?
Well, they're not that good. I know. It's JJ Redick problem. I think it's the same problem that Darvin Ham had last year. I'm gonna be at both those games this weekend. That should actually be, or I should say next week.
Next week, Thursday and Saturday.
This cup. Like, I actually like the amount of days off that are happening right now, but it's just like, Anyway, they're just, I don't know. I mean, LeBron's not having a very good season, maybe because of the fact that he's turning 40 this month. Anthony Davis has cooled off a little bit, but that's clearly not their issue. Their issue is, rotation players 3 through 9 or something like that. Dalton Connect comes on the scene, hits, a batch of threes over a week period, and they're already like, this might be the 4th best player on the Lakers just because D'Angelo Russell's struggling. Rui Hachimura is not doing that much. Like, keep going down the list of kind of disappointing rotation players. We talk about at times the Kings feeling thin. Well, the Lakers are thinner, I think.
Yeah.
All right, Slates, enjoy the game tonight. We appreciate your time. We'll talk to you soon.
All right, fellas.
All right, man.
Anthony Slater, give me hope that Cam Johnson may be attainable.
Yeah, the price not as high.
Maybe not.
Right.
Maybe not. When we come back, question, is the Kings defense working? It's a little harder to answer than you might think. Next, Sackdown Sports.
Christmas music is everywhere. The smell of gingerbread is in the air. And wait, what's that sound? It's Santa. He's headed back to Sacramento for the 41st Annual Santa Parade, December 14th in downtown Sacramento. Bring your entire family to the parade route around the capital for over 100 floats, including marching bands, pageant princesses, clowns, horses, and of course, Santa himself.
The 41st Annual Santa Parade, Saturday, December 14th with Shriners Children's Northern California, Gurnick Academy, and the California Army National Guard. The fun begins at 10 a.m. Get more info at sacktownsports.com.
It's better over here. If you're 55 and up, T-Mobile has an exclusive rate plan just for you. Right now, get 2 lines of talk, text, and data for just $30 a line. That's a 45% savings versus Verizon and AT&T. Plus, you can get one of the latest 5G phones free when you add a line. That's right, a free 5G phone. Experience all this and more on America's largest 5G network. So why wait? At T-Mobile, customers 55 and up can get 2 lines of talk, text, and data for only $30 a line. Just go to T-Mobile.com/choice55 or visit your local store to make the switch.
With AutoPay using debit or bank account plus taxes and fees, 45% off 2 lines versus AT&T Starter and Verizon Welcome. Plan benefits vary. Free phones up to $300 off with 24 monthly bill credits and qualifying new line for well-qualified customers plus tax and $35 device connection charge. Contact us before canceling entire account to continue remaining bill credits. Bill credits end if you pay off device early. See details at T-Mobile.com.
The Hagen Oaks Golf Super Shop is expanding. I guess you could say the Super Shop is getting more silverer. That means more for you. More apparel, more equipment, more shoes, more gift ideas, more of everything you want. If you're looking for the right gift for the golfer in your life, let the friendly team of Hagen Oaks experts help you find the perfect gift. From golf bags to golf balls, from golf pants to golf shirts, from rain gear to golf gloves, Hagen Oaks has it all. And much is on sale. Visit the Hagen Oaks Golf Super Rare Shop, Fulton Avenue at Business 80, or find us at HagenOaks.com.
Hey, it's Carmichael Dave for American Energy Heating and Air with a question. Have you recently had a technician diagnose your HVAC system and you were a bit surprised at how much it cost? Or did something seem off about their quote? Because at American Energy, they take pride in giving you honest, straightforward solutions to get that system up and running. Have their qualified technicians come out and give you a free second opinion. It's free. You got nothing to lose but some dollars off of that original quote. They're making the uncomfortable comfortable. They've been doing it since 1981, serving the greater Sacramento area. A+ with the Better Business Bureau. That's why they keep having customers coming back for more and more and more. You can call them and set that appointment at 916-520-9990. That's 916-520-9990 or AmericanEnergyAir.com.
Call 916-520-9990 now.
Get year-end pricing during Happy Holidays at Folsom Lake Honda, your one-stop Honda shop. Folsom Lake Honda is your one-stop Honda shop for great pricing on our entire selection of new CRVs, HRVs, Ridgeline Civics, and Accords. Plus, with low finance and lease options, now's the time to buy. Hurry in and save during Happy Honda Days at Folsom Lake Honda, or go to folsomlakehonda.com.
Folsom Lake Honda, yeah, your one-stop Honda shop.
It's not your average holiday season. Hold on to your hard hats because starting Monday, December 13th, Fasteners Inc. Tool Outlet is unwrapping the biggest power tool sale Sacramento has ever seen. We're turning up the heat with 12 days of unbeatable prices on all your favorite Makita products and much more. Free batteries with tools, free tools with batteries, and bare tools starting at just $99. Come on down and give us a visit at 6701 Power and Road in Sacramento or shop our Christmas deals online at fastenersinc.net. Fasteners Inc. Tool Outlet. Better tools, better prices.
Your afternoon home for Kings talk and so much more. The Drive Guys on Sacktown Sports.
I want to take just a moment here, Drapes, to thank one of your broadcast partners, I think it was after the Houston game, I was leaving and I saw Morgan Reagan.
Yeah.
And I happened to have seen on social media that her mom had written another book. And her mom had written a thriller. And I love thrillers. So I said to Morgan, I said, I saw your mom wrote a book.
Yeah.
It's a thriller. I'll have to get it. She said, I'll get you one. And then she gave one to, I guess at the Utah game, I wasn't there, gave one to Brennan. He just gave it to me.
You got the
Best
hookup.
House on the Block by T.R. Reagan, a thriller. So thank you, Morgan.
You gotta let us know how it is, man.
Yeah.
All right.
It's an uncorrected proof. So.
That's you can't buy that on the newsstands, if you will. Barnes and Noble.
Appreciate that.
Yeah. It's a little note in there too, huh?
It just says Whitey.
Oh.
And then
I saw the yellow sheet of paper there.
Whitey.
Shout out
And
to
then,
my man Whitey.
yeah, a Deuce and Mo Christmas card.
Okay.
Yeah, so
all right.
very nice. Thank you.
All right.
I appreciate it.
Yeah, let me know how it is, man. How do you have time to read a book? You're such a busy man.
Before bed.
Okay.
When I like to read.
Okay.
Right before I fall asleep. But then you start reading a really good book.
Right, a
and you don't go to
thriller
sleep.
like that. Yeah, exactly. All right. Did you see that text I sent you and Jay? No, you didn't check that out. I sent you a flurry of text.
Oh, what do we got?
Let me see here. What did I send you? Go up to the top one.
Why would you throw that out there?
Well, what do you mean,
You
Jay?
see what I'm saying, man?
I'm
You
just
killing
saying.
my hopes and dreams
No,
already.
because in the sake of accuracy.
Yeah, I'm
you know
glad
what I
you
mean?
did that.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, because we've all been getting all of us have been getting a little carried away, and it didn't make sense. What do you got, Drapes?
All right. Real GM tweeted it out and reading the story. The New Orleans Pelicans have no interest in trading Herb Jones. Sources tell the Stein line.
Yeah.
So there it is right there.
So he's doing you
no
a favor,
interest.
Jay.
Right. I'm trying to stop it before you get your hopes up too high.
Right.
Yeah, he's salty over there. He's salty over there.
See, I'm sitting here listening and thinking about how I should respond to that without having a dump button. Dang, already?
Yeah. They must have heard the show or something like that and put that out there.
And then what do you got from our guy, Sidery?
Evan Sidery.
Yeah.
Yeah, he went on to say, and I don't know, maybe this is bad news too, Whitey. He says, quote, as the Nets seek first-round draft capital for Dorian Finney-Smith and Schroeder, don't be surprised to see both veterans packaged together to achieve their goal. First-round draft capital. Are you giving up first-rounders?
Not for those guys. For Cam, I would. Yeah, and I like Schroeder. I've always loved from the day he was drafted. I don't know why they showed video and it's like Dennis Schroeder, who's that? And they showed the video of him,
and you were like,
and I was like, that guy's amazing, and he's been a really good player. I just don't know how he fits the Kings right now. Dorian Finney-Smith does fit, but I don't think I need both of them, and I don't think I'd want to give up first-round draft capital for either one.
Yeah, that's the thing.
So this smells like the Warriors. I don't know.
Warriors might be the team, yeah. Like, I don't know if I give up first-round draft capital either for any of those guys. Maybe highly protected, lottery protected or top 16, 18, whatever it may be. But does getting Dorian Finney-Smith and or Dennis Schroeder move you closer? Does it leapfrog some of those other Western Conference contenders? I don't know. I don't know, man.
Dennis Schroeder would ideally be like a sixth man, right? So you'd probably have to part with your current sixth man. And
exactly.
The way he played in the last game, I'm in no hurry to do that.
Yeah, and then you got Devin Carter also.
Yeah.
Too, supposedly coming. What do you do with him?
And
so those guys, now if your boy Cam, I think would Cam be coming off the bench?
He could. He's done it. I don't know if he'd be up for it now.
Like if you made the trade for him, Whitey, where's he playing at for you?
He'd have to come off the bench initially.
Right. Okay. That's what I was saying. All right.
Yeah.
Because our starting five is set now, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Right.
Here's what I'm thinking on the roster. Tell me what you think of this. This is a veteran team. And at some point, this window is going to close. I don't know how soon. Hopefully won't for a while. But I just have a feeling that if I start trading my first rounders 2 or 3 years down the road, I'm really going to feel that when I get there, no matter what happens between now and then.
But
you know what I mean?
But ideally, those are 28 pick, 26th overall pick.
Right.
Ideally, right?
Yeah. And I just feel like with a veteran team, when it ends, it's going to end like that.
How many years we got, do you think?
3, maybe?
That's it?
Don't you think? I mean, DeMar DeRozan is.
Yeah, but ideally Keegan's like, you're talking Domas will be what, 30, De'Aaron 29? Like if our window is only 3 years,
that's the other thing. You don't even know what's up with De'Aaron, and that's no aspersions on anyone on any side of it, but you just don't know.
Dog, so, if we're talking a 3-year run.
Well, I'm saying that's as far as I can see. Beyond that, I don't know. You're confident that beyond that, things are in good shape? They may be, but to me, I feel like once I start looking past 3, it's like, yeah, maybe. I think I might need those picks.
Damn, I don't know, man. If we're kind of hitting the reset button in 3 years, because basically that's what we're talking about, needing those picks, then we're not going to get anything. We're not going to. We got to part with some first rounders to get some good play. Like, if we can't even get Dorian Finney-Smith without giving up a first rounder, we as sure as hell ain't getting John Collins, Herb Jones, or whoever else we want to throw.
I'm giving up 2s only for Dorian Finney-Smith.
Okay. All right. I don't know, man. I just.
Then I need that Herder 2025 pick thing to be resolved one way or the other, right? I need to know, do I have it or do I not have it?
No, it's going to be resolved this year.
Okay.
It's that's going to convey.
12?
Yeah, top 12 protected. Yeah,
okay.
And then what? Top 8, I think, after that. And so that's going to be, but De'Aaron's about to be 27. So is De'Aaron Fox going to be like, whew, by 30 coming down?
He might not be you. He might be bye-bye.
Nah, I ain't going to stop that, Whitey. Because we're talking, if you make a move, you're ideally moving closer to championship contention. So he will be here, De'Aaron Fox.
But it's up to him, right? I mean, it is up to him.
Yeah.
So you just don't know for sure. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah. Looking at the text line right now, 916. If they keep the core of Fox, Keegan, and Sabonis, it's much longer than a 3-year window. Add Malik in there too. That's a really solid core. They don't want to give up their first-round picks because they're going to need players to replace DeMar and other role player type players. Huh. I don't know. I might be willing to move on some first-round picks. Well, the problem too is you got that one with the Spurs in what, 2032?
31.
31? Pick swap.
Yeah.
Wemby will be in his prime. Oh, did you look at it? All right, yeah. That's, and let's also say this. To your point, I'm arguing your point for you right here. The Kevin Huerter deal. Like, damn, we could use a nice first-round pick in this coming draft. You know what I mean? Like, but now it's going to be conveyed.
You don't have the light to beam you around Kevin Huerter.
That's true. That's true. You traded that in.
Who knows what, the way he's playing now, who knows what else he's going to do.
Yeah.
So you think 3 years is too pessimistic?
Yeah, I think so. I think so. Because 3 years, Keegan will be really just entering his prime. We may not be championship, but we shouldn't be in no play-in or out of the playoffs in 3 years. Like, De'Aaron will be 30. Domas could be nearing 31. Are they really going to fall off that much?
Let me ask you this from the 408. Don't get mad. No. A lot of people are asking about this.
Let me see.
Can the Kings get Jimmy Butler?
No. Oh, what else we got to say about that?
But I understand it. People get excited.
Nah, they just seeing names. This ain't 2K. This ain't NBA 2K, a big name. Oh, we got to. No, they can't. Financially,
right?
You got to gut your roster to get that guy.
Yeah,
you're not giving up DeMar, De'Aaron, Domas, not giving up Keegan. I don't think.
Plus, he wouldn't want to come here.
Yeah, well, why would he? Yeah, and locker room fit and everything like that. Jimmy Butler, future Hall of Famer, but no. Let me ask you this.
It's a fair question, but the answer is no.
Yeah, because I had this conversation with my son today, and I'm going left, but Jimmy Butler was part of this conversation. Whose career, he asked me, would you rather have? Jimmy Butler or Derrick Rose?
Jimmy Butler. The whole Derrick Rose thing with the injury, that's so sad.
I say Derrick Rose.
Really?
Yep. And because I feel like real hoopers and people that like Derrick Rose is an icon. Jimmy Butler is just a guy with a Hall of Fame career. Derrick Rose?
Yes.
That name? When you say Derrick Rose is like Gale Sayers or somebody like that.
That's a really good comparison.
You know what I mean?
Both their knees got torn up.
Right. Exactly. Like, I don't know. And I would love Jay's input on this. When people talk about Derrick Rose, it's with such reverence.
Right.
Such like, that dude was nice. When they talk of Jimmy Butler, good career, great career.
Yeah.
But it's not with the same gusto.
You said career. To me personally, it's just the way Derrick Rose, that's so sad what happened to him. To me, I would rather not have that career, but I get your point.
All right.
You want to weigh in on that?
Yeah, I was trying to get to and look at statistics.
Derrick Rose is MVP, right?
Yeah. Youngest MVP of all time.
Rookie of the year, youngest MVP, all-star multiple times. 3-time all-star to be exact. He averaged 17, 3 and 5. I'd probably say, removing the injuries, I'm Derrick Rose. And the reason is just because of what you said, Drapes. I think there is a mystique to who Derrick Rose is. Adidas contract, $200+ million. I mean, their pockets are well lined. But I think Derrick Rose is like Brandon Roy. Like you said, he's Gale Sayers. He's Terrell Davis. He's Anthony Hardaway. He's guys, Grant Hill. What if?
There's always out.
It's like if Derrick Rose would have been healthy, he'd been a surefire Hall of Famer, and he still may be that because he's a McDonald's All-American, that type of stuff. So I'm with you. I think there's a mystique to it. I think he is an icon. I think he is one of those people where it's like, man,
Derrick Rose?
Derrick Rose?
Yeah, you never say Derrick Rose just like you say Derrick Rose.
You ain't see D Rose in his best.
Come on, man.
Look, give me the YouTube. It's like one of those things where I think Jimmy Butler is gritty. He is respected. He is a dog. He is someone that people will remember as when it's time to flip the switch.
Never was anything close to
Yeah, when he's kind of like he's an overachiever. He's an underrated guy. Like people root for Jimmy Butler if you like him. Some people, he rubs the wrong way. But I think I would go Derrick Rose, removing the pain and going through the surgeries and all that. But probably D Rose.
Closer look at the Kings defense. Is it working? We'll take that look when we come back to Sacktown Sports.
Do you need a new health insurance plan? Now is the time to get one. Literally. If you want Affordable Care Act coverage that starts January 1st, just make sure you apply by December 15th. But don't stress, Health Markets can help. At healthmarkets.com, you can look for available plans or find a licensed insurance agent. They'll answer your questions and when you're ready, even help you apply for your plan. Start the new year off with a plan that fits your needs and budget by visiting healthmarkets.com. Health Markets Insurance Agency, Inc. is licensed as an insurance agency nationwide except in Massachusetts.
At Harbor Freight, our low prices make us the place for gifts that keep on giving. Because when you give the gift of quality tools, you're giving someone the ability to fix, restore, and build for years to come. And with savings like these, you can even get something for yourself. Whatever you do, do it for less at Harbor Freight. Stop by and give yourself the gift of great prices.
Capital Casino, conveniently located on 411th North 16th Street in downtown Sacramento.
It's better over here. If you're 55 and up, T-Mobile has an exclusive rate plan just for you. Right now, get 2 lines of talk, text, and data for just $30 a line. That's a 45% savings versus Verizon and AT&T. Plus, you can get one of the latest 5G phones free when you add a line. That's right, a free 5G phone. Experience all this and more on America's largest 5G network. So why wait? At T-Mobile, customers 55 and up can get 2 lines of talk, text, and data for only $30 a line. Just go to T-Mobile.com/choice55 or visit your local store to make the switch. With AutoPay using debit or bank account plus taxes and fees, 45% off 2 lines versus AT&T Starter and Verizon Welcome. Plan benefits vary. Free phones up to $300 off with 24 monthly bill credits and qualifying new line for well-qualified customers plus tax and $35 device connection charge. Contact us before canceling entire account to continue remaining bill credits, and if you pay off device early. See details at T-Mobile.com.
Finally, an easy way to find home improvement contractors. Just visit subcontractorsunited.com and simplify your search for home services professionals. From cabinets to windows, roofing to plumbing, Subcontractors United is an easy, simple way to find and hire a home improvement contractor. And you never have to give up personal information. So no harassing phone calls like you get from those other websites. Subcontractorsunited.com is sponsored by D&D Cabinets and Savage Design.
Ba, 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 ba. Yep, 'tis the season. Hey, if you take pride in your gift giving, here's a great idea for you. Gift cards from the Good Feet store. Okay, so arch supports aren't exactly what they've been hinting for, but you know they'd love them. And with the Good Feet lifetime warranty, it's a gift they'll enjoy forever. Buy a Good Feet gift card now, and Good Feet will boost its value 20%. That's a 20% gift from the Good Feet store. The Good Feet store in Sacramento, Roseville, Vacaville, and in Reno on South Virginia Street.
Friday on Sacktown Sports.
Jay's getting some sound ready from Kings practice today. We know Mike Brown said this from Brendan Nunes on X. Mike Brown on Sacramento's backup center position. We're going to keep doing it by committee until somebody steps up and consistently really grabs it at a high level. They all just got to be ready to play.
Yep. Be ready once your number's called.
Be nice if somebody did
Just grab it. Yeah, yeah. Like, is it going to be Isaac Jones? We've seen him run out there at a backup spot.
Right.
What about O-Rob? He's got a little sprinkling of it. You know, where's my boy Alex Len? Or do you make a trade? Time Lord Robert Williams III.
You want to tease him? I got that sound right now if you need that one to go ready night right now.
Yeah, let's hear it.
We're going to keep doing it by committee. You know, it could be Alex, it could be Isaac, could be Orlando. I think we tried all three of them against San Antonio, you know, so until somebody steps up and consistently really grabs it at a high level, they all just got to be ready to play. And I think we tried Jay there against Minnesota, so it could be anybody.
Now, I side with Mike Brown on this. I know a lot of people get frustrated with his rotations, but bottom line is he puts people out there, but if they're not playing well, he's still looking.
Yeah.
He's still searching.
And it's kind of a quick hook too, right?
Yeah. I mean, you can criticize him for that, but, you know, some of that's based on, as we always say, things we don't see in practice. Yeah. You know? So,
yeah.
Again, if a guy's not playing well, why do I want to play him more? Right?
Yes. Yeah, that's true. And I'll go back to what you said very early on. Mike is chasing wins, not necessarily chasing, but he's trying to win basketball games. In the West, that's what you got to do. And so if he's only trusting his top 6, top 7, whatever it may be, it's understandable. Here's the thing too about Mike and what we're seeing with the rotation. In his eyes, he's putting out the best players to help him win. There's no agenda. There's no, you know, I'm going to let you skate and you're my favorite and you're not. Like, he's putting the guys out there he thinks will help him win basketball games, whether it's Jordan McLaughlin, whether it's O-Rob, Isaac Jones, Doug McDermott. When you get your chance, sort of like Keon did last year, you got to show him something. Keon did it last year. Who's that guy this year? Trey Lyles when he comes back. Trey, you got to hit some shots, big fella. That's what's got to happen with this Kings team.
We know Mike Brown, since he first got here, has been preaching defense. Is the Kings defense working? We'll look at that in just a second. First, you mentioned the top 6. Let's go to one of our top 6 callers. Let's go out to New Jersey now. Mitch joining us on Sacktown Sports. What's up, Mitch? Thanks for hanging on.
Happy holiday, guys. Checks in the mail.
Our guy, Mitch. What's up, man?
Hey, I take Derrick Rose, too. At least he got MVP and he was fast.
Yeah.
It wasn't, you know, it just happens. I like to see Cam Johnson. The Kings got to do something. And start standing on our laurels. And do we have a first round pick?
Probably not this year. Yeah, probably not this year. It depends on where you finish.
Well, maybe Cooper Flag will play 2 years.
There you go. Thanks. Yeah, thanks.
More money.
Yeah. Thank you, Mitch.
All right, Mitch. Thanks, man. Thanks.
How much of a burden is that around their necks? An albatross, the whole, when are they going to convey that pick? I guess, like you say, they're figuring it's conveying this year, right?
Yeah.
The pick to land.
Yeah. It got to. If it doesn't convey this year, something went terribly wrong.
Yeah.
Like we got bigger problems than whether we got this first round pick or not. Like top 12 protected. You're in the top 12. I mean, in terms of getting a player, great, but that means this season was a failure. So it's not an it won't be an albatross in about 6-7 months.
Here we are talking about, geez, that guy worth a first round pick. Do you think Kevin Huerter's been worth a first round pick?
Yeah, at the end of the day, I think so. I think what he helped accomplish that first year, and we got to see how it plays out the rest of this year, but that was a magical year. If you were to say, all right, Kings fans, you could have a first round pick in this year's draft, but your playoff drought would be 19 years or whatever it is. I don't want that.
Yeah.
You know,
at the time, it almost looked like a steal.
Right. At the time. Exactly. The problem is all those protections and it not conveying and everything like that. You would have hoped this would have conveyed by now.
Yeah. From ESPN.com, they have their power rankings and where the Kings are, whatever. Check your standings. That's your power ranking. But they list here the biggest issue they think for each team in the NBA. Biggest issue for the Kings. Do you agree? Opponent three-point shooting. Remarkably, says ESPN.com, this is Kevin Pelton, only the Thunder, the league's best defensive team, are allowing fewer 2-pointers per game than the Kings. That's partially by design. Without a strong rim protector, Sacramento tends to help aggressively on drives, resulting in the league's highest three-point attempt rate on defense. 46% of all shots the Kings face, three-pointers, and opponents are making those threes at a 38% clip, second highest in the NBA. That typically doesn't carry over, but the Kings might be an exception. They've ranked in the league's bottom 5 in opponent three-point percentage each of the past 4 seasons. Is Mike Brown's defense working or not?
Damn, that's a tough
I would
question.
answer it this way. They're not a very good defensive team. They don't have great defenders. They're currently ranked, overall, I think they're 13th defensive rating.
That's solid, right?
Yes. To me, even the Beam Team 1, as TC likes to say, they were in the 20s, right?
Yeah, like 23 or something like that.
To me, anything in the top half is like, yes, well done.
Yes.
Yeah, teams are hitting a lot of threes, but overall, I think the defense, considering the limitations of your personnel, I think defensively they're doing a pretty good job.
Yeah, and I forget who it was. Was it Keegan yesterday or somebody? They've changed some things over the last week or two, a week or so, excuse me. And so
I think they're making the best of what I'm not saying they're a good defensive team, but I think they're doing a good job with what they have to work with.
Have they reached their ceiling defensively?
Yes.
Would you say? You think so? You think this the best this team? Oh, that's terrible. That's
Unless you add
terrible.
somebody. To me, this team 13th is like, build that guy build Mike Brown a statue.
I don't know about that one.
If you get some other players, maybe you improve, but they're not a good defensive team. And yet,
But 13th means you are, though, right? Or
all
no?
I'm saying is you're getting the best out of what you have. I bet you they don't finish 13th. I'd love for them to.
Let me ask you this. Is there a way to improve your three-point defense without sacrificing your overall defense, do you think?
That's a great question. I don't know. Because they're doing a really good job. Wouldn't the thinking be, maybe this is an oversimplification, they're doing a really good job protecting the paint, keeping guys out of the paint. Then you figure teams aren't going to keep making that many threes, right?
Yeah,
they just keep doing it.
Right. Yeah. I mean, I will say, I feel like their three-point defense has been better since they, quote-unquote, made the changes. And their defensive rating has improved over the last week or so. And I understand it's against the teams they face. Some of the teams they faced were missing players or not that good. But I'm of the belief, Whitey, I'm going to go on record and saying they can be better in terms of defensive rating. And it's not always about personnel. It's about scheme, effort, that kind of thing. And so I look at it like this. We'll find out this week. Pelicans, they're injury prone. They're banged up. Defensive rating should probably go up after tomorrow, I would imagine. Denver, I need to look at Denver's offensive rating, but they're more of a slog it out kind of team, I feel like. Lakers are hemorrhaging offensively as of late. Like, let's revisit this in 2 weeks and see where the Kings stand.
Yeah. I just want to make sure I'm clear. I don't think they're a very good defensive team. I think to be 13th in defensive rating and to have allowed fewer 2-pointers than any team except the Thunder, people criticize the coaches. I think the coaches should be applauded for that.
Right. Okay.
It's like, that is a good job.
Okay.
Covering up some weaknesses. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. That was a weekness last year.
Yes.
No, you're right about that. Teams are gashing us on the dribble drive and getting into the paint. And we were very good at limiting threes. It's like I've always said, you got the Kool-Aid and know. Can we get both?
Working on it, Drapes.
All right. Need to get Herb Jones if he becomes available, right?
Oh.
Yeah, that's the
Sore
guy.
subject. Is your
guy.
Kings Fun Cup half empty or half full after looking at this very interesting number? Got a number here that's either going to make you feel like yes or, man. Which will it be? We'll find out when we come back to Sackdown Sports.
Thursday night, Kings and Pelicans. Game night with Scott Marsh and the high flyer Henry Turner starts at 3:30. Tip-off at 5. Your exclusive home for the Sacramento Kings is Sacktown Sports 1140.
When it's all on the line, you need a big-time closer. That's especially true when it comes to your garage door. That's why I proudly recommend National Garage Door. Whitey Gleason here for National Garage Door. Whether you're looking to repair an existing door or get a brand new one installed, you need National Garage Door. Family owned and operated. They've been around since 1974, and that's because service is their number one priority. National Garage Door are the regions. I call them the BSC. That's Broken Springs experts. The styles and the prices and the quality of their new doors, it's really surprising. It's stunning what they're doing with garage doors these days. National Garage Door sells quality Rainer branded garage doors. They offer sales, service, and installation on all residential and commercial doors and operators. Our garage door, we had to retire a couple weeks ago. National Garage Door came out, got rid of the old one, put the new one in. It's sensational. It's like we have a whole new garage, and the doors whisper, quiet. If you have garage door needs, if your old one's coming apart, you're looking to improve your curb appeal, let National Garage Door come through for you in the clutch and be your big-time closer. 638-4554, National Garage Door.
As a mom, comforting my family is what I do best. Vicks Vapor Stick provides soothing, non-medicated Vicks Vapors in an easy-to-apply stick, and it dries fast, so there's no mess. I use it to comfort myself and my family.
Thanks, Mom.
Vicks Vapo Stick, soothing comfort for the whole family. And when you need more comfort for yourself, try Vicks Vapo Shower Max for steamy Vicks Vapors. Use as directed. Vapo Stick for usages 4 and up. Vapo Shower Max used for adults only.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm. If you own a timeshare and you want out, you need to get the facts. Wesley Financial Group and its founder, Chuck McDowell, have helped over 40,000 families cancel their timeshares permanently, and he may be able to help you too. Call right now. Chuck will send you a timeshare exit information guide free, explaining how your timeshare works and all your options for cancellation. You want to call Wesley Financial Group, 800-761-0000. That's 800-761-0000. Once again, 800-761-0000.
Twin Peaks is the best in the game. Here, it's bigger game days and bolder fight nights. I mean, where else can you find a scratch kitchen that always comes in clutch every day from lunch to late night? Only at Twin Peaks, the #1 sports bar.
If it's the holidays, then it's bonus card season at Twin Peaks. Stuff your friends and family stockings with the ultimate gift card and get a little something in return for yourself. Bonus cards are available to redeem January 1st through 31st, 2025.
At Makita, good enough is never enough. Anyone can throw in a stronger motor, but it takes precision to find that balance of power, performance, and longevity. We obsess over every detail. We design, test, redesign, and do it all over again to create tools that'll keep going with you from project to project, job site to job site, year after year. If it's not right, don't put your name on it. Makita, available at the Home Depot.
Welcome back to another exciting game day. Grab your rally towels, throw on your jerseys, cheer, shout, and save on your gas. That's right, sports fans win big on home game days. Score instant savings of 25 cents per gallon on Shell V-Power Nitro Plus Premium Gasoline with the Fuel Rewards program. And that's a victory for you and your tailgate team. Download the app, join the Fuel Rewards program today, and game on. Restrictions apply. Limited time. And participating Shell stations. For more details, visit fuelrewards.com.
Here comes Floyd. Throw over the middle. Intercepted by Fred Warner.
Faithful to the Bay.
Fred gets up and runs back the other way, 30.
Be there December 12th for Thursday Night Football at Levi Stadium as the San Francisco 49ers take on the Los Angeles Rams.
20. One block and he's in.
This battle of NFC West rivals is presented by Rakuten.
Touchdown!
Tickets are available now. Secure your seats today at 49ers.com/tickets.
San Francisco!
KHD1 Sacramento, KYMX HD3 Sacramento.
From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios.
Sacktown Sports 1140.
Live and local, it's the Try Guys. Watch the show on youtube.com/Sacktown Sports 1140.
Or listen on the Sacktown Sports app.
This was your request?
Yeah. You know what, man? I love working here. I love Sacktown Sports 1140.
Sure.
But when Jay plays this, or when he plays that C Murder song, I'm like, damn, I wish we were like throwback hip hop station. Just
Serious XM for a quick minute.
Hey, yeah, exactly. You know what I mean? Where we could just let it play, let the whole hour play. And something just popped into my head. No offense to you, Mr. Co-host. No offense. I think you're off Friday.
Yeah.
Jay. I'm just saying. We're going to talk Niners. We're going to talk Kings, obviously. But I'm going to have my top 5 hip-hop songs of all time. All time.
Oh,
and it's my favorite. Jay, it's my favorite. Not your favorite. Not Whitey's favorite. Not TC or Campio. My top 5 songs of all time, hip-hop-wise, that I can listen to no matter what mood I'm in.
Okay, I was going to say, you got to put some caveats to that.
Yeah, it's me.
Of all time?
Yeah, my favorite songs, hip-hop songs of all time. Yes.
See, that's very un-Draper-like. The real Draper would say, these are the best 5. And if you disagree, you're wrong.
Yeah, that's true. But, I'm in a giving mood tonight. I got to do that. And, Jay, I'm going to submit it to you beforehand because I need to hear part of them too, big fella. You can't just say it. You got to let the listeners feel it,
too.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Okay. All right.
You got to let it come through your speaker.
All right. Ooh, Afro in the chat. KRS-One is my number 1 hip-hop artist. I'm going to echo this real quick for Afro in the chat. Nobody puts on a better hip-hop show than KRS-One. I don't know if you're going to see your boy Kendrick Lamar in the stadium show. He can't hold a candle to KRS-One.
Why you got to pick out K-Dot?
No, I'm just...
of all people. Why is K-Dot on
I was
the
going to
list?
say Drake, like whoever. KRS-One, the greatest live hip-hop artist I've ever seen. I've seen a lot of them. Mm-hmm. All right, sorry about that. You know what, Jay?
I was gonna Swiss cheese that, but this your time.
You can't do that. Now, I will say, Jay knows how to rescue a show, Whitey, real quick. Because I went downstairs. Your boy is dragging. I'm tired. Had double workout today. I said, I need some coffee. I'm going to go get me some coffee. Hit the coffee machine, empty.
Oh, no.
So I was up. I was pissed off. I'm like, can't even get no damn coffee? And then Jay played that song, so now I'm in a better mood. So Jay knew how to save the show. Appreciate that, Jay.
Coffee for your ears.
I'm about to DoorDash Starbucks and pay like $20. Like, I'm struggling right now.
We got coffee in the building.
Dude, it's not made, kid.
You just don't want to make it.
Who got time for that? I got a show to do.
Go ahead. We got you. You can take an extra minute or 2 off.
Would I ever leave Whitey in the lurch like that? Would I ever come in late or miss a segment or anything like that? I'll do it next. I'll do it in a little
Do what
bit.
you got to do.
Nah, go ahead. Because
we're good.
We got you good?
Yeah, we're good.
Nah. I'm gonna stay.
You take off for an extra minute or 2 before.
Yeah, I'll come back late the next
I'm a
break.
coffee guy.
Yeah.
Whitey, are you a coffee guy?
Yes.
Okay, I'm not.
Need some today?
Where are you going now?
I'm just going downstairs to make
I wasn't
some.
really listening.
I thought you hit that gourmet stuff.
I thought you were going to Starbucks.
No, I was going to DoorDash it.
Oh, okay.
But then, that costs like $20 for a $6 coffee. And so Jay says I can make it. So I'll go down and make it next break.
A lot of people are unhappy with the Kings defensively. Brandon Dietzman. While I agree 13 is good, we are a very flawed member of the top half of the pack. The lethality of threes pointers against us is a serious asterisk. Yeah, teams, a lot of fans here are not happy with the defense.
Nah, let's calm down a little bit. First of all, Whitey, you just said
Luke Lauck's defensive scheme is not working.
But Whitey, you just had the numbers.
Right.
13th in defensive rating. If at the beginning of the year we asked these guys on YouTube that's not liking it, would you be okay with the Kings being 13th in defensive rating? We would all have taken that.
Mm-hmm.
So to say it's not working or it's horrible or awful, actually, they're doing pretty damn good, despite giving up what seems like a record amount of threes.
Mm-hmm.
13th in defensive rating. You can't argue that. That number is the number.
Dennis wants to know, Dennis Youngblood, I wonder who gives up the most three-pointers on the Kings. It's kind of hard to determine that, but I'm sure they know.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure they track it. Yeah, they know that. And like you said, a lot of it may be in rotation. It may be, a switch or something. You're not even supposed to, Domas ain't even supposed to be guarding Trae Young or something. You just never know. But I'm looking up because I want to get some numbers. I think it was Keegan that said it yesterday about them doing some things differently over the last few games or so. So I'm looking at the Kings' last 4 games, Whitey. 3-4, 3-1, 3 out of 4, right? 3-1 over the last. Let's see where they rank defensive rating over the last.
A little bit of cherry picking,
games.
But fair enough.
7th, in defensive rating over the last 4 games. Sounds like they're improving to me.
It looks like it. I'll just say, you see other teams come in here or when they play the Kings, and other teams always shoot a lot of threes because they know, that's one of the things as they prepare for the Kings, they go over that. It's like, you're going to get wide open threes against this team, and even Houston came in and they didn't shoot them especially well, but they took a lot.
Right.
So they know it's part of the bargain playing the Kings. The Kings don't want to give up. We've had this discussion. It's not like they want to give up open threes, but they're more focused on protecting the paint. And don't you think that's also because they're trying to keep Domas out of foul trouble?
And that's exactly what the coaching staff said.
And it's like they know they're going to get wide open threes.
And it'll be interesting to see what happens, Whitey, when they face a very good 3-point shooting team. Because Houston's not a good 3-point shooter. Utah, is not a good 3-point shooting team.
You got Boston coming up, don't you?
Yeah, you got Boston in January. They might hit 43s the way our defense. But looking at the last 3 games, or 4 games, during the stretch I was talking about, the Kings give up the 25th most attempts from 3.
That's a good sign.
Yeah, they're trending in the right direction, right? They give up the 18th most total threes, and percentage-wise, Kings are 10th in 3-point percentage defense over the last 4 games.
All right, that's good. There's also this. This is the number that, to me, either makes you go, wow, that's great, or it's frustrating. There's a formula, and they do this in other sports. You take a team's margin. Are they scoring more or less than the other team they play?
Yeah.
And how many? And you can, from that, you can figure out what a team's win-loss record should be. And it works pretty well. If you did that right now in the NBA, every team except 3, their expected record is within 3 games of what it actually is. The only 3 teams whose records are more than 3 or more games out of whack, you got the Lakers, and based on their margin, their record, they've won 4 more games than they should have.
Really?
Yes.
Damn.
So that's an indication that
Oh, yeah, because they're minus 3.7, huh?
Minnesota should have 3 more wins than they do. And according to this point differential, the Kings should be 15-10. So is that like, wow, that's encouraging? Or is it like, wow, they've squandered opportunities? It's just another sign that if they keep playing like they've been playing, the record is going to improve.
Yeah, because
they have a winning, as you pointed out yesterday, they have a winning or plus margin. Right?
Yeah, but, scoring 140 in back-to-back games, winning by 40 something
skews
points.
Things a little bit, sure.
Skews things. I do believe before the last 2 games, Whitey, I think they were only at like plus a point or
But
like
they're still
within.
plus.
Yeah, they were still plus, but it was like very razor thin, almost like a 500 team, if you will. These last couple of games, to your point, if they keep this up, and I'm not saying they're going to win every game by 40, but just win by 5, 10. Like at the end of the season, it'll all balance out and be where it should be, you know? And here's the thing too. Even in their losses, for the most part, they haven't been ran out the building. You know what I mean? That San Antonio beat them by 20. That was a bad loss. But for the most part, the Kings have been in every game. And when you look at it, Whitey, right now they're plus 3.2. I said before these 2 games, they were at about a plus 1. That's like 1 possession, 2 possession, you know, difference. And so I feel like they're close to really turning this thing around. And it comes down to fourth quarter. Are you boxing out the little things Mike Brown has talked about? Are you doing the high five, whatever it may be? It's not like this team is like, oh, we got to blow it up or this is a horrible team. No, they're really close to being really good.
But the last thing they can afford is for anybody who's actually making the decisions, be that Vivek or be that Monty or Mike or whomever. They cannot afford for anybody to look at these signs, the things we're talking about, and go, yeah, we got it. We just need to stay with it because they definitely need to upgrade the roster.
Yeah.
There are positive signs and things are trending in the right direction, but they have to upgrade the roster.
No, I'm 100% with you. I mean, because here's the thing too, Whitey. Now, if you just want to be a play-in team, all right, don't do anything there. You're good. You're good.
Yes.
But nobody's, you know, with this organization to just compete for a play-in spot. You're trying to build a champion. And I will say this. I always go back to the Celtics. It took them years to build a champion. Sure, they played in the finals, but they didn't win. It finally took a Porzingis, a Drew Holiday. Like to Jay's point that he said during the break, you also got to get lucky, too. You got to capitalize on another team's mistake. And so if I'm Monty McNair, I'm not just being cautious. I'm looking to strike like a serpent, a snake, you know.
Yes.
Oh, I'm going to jump on this. You know what I mean? Like, yeah. And how about this, too, real quick? With the Drew Holiday situation, the Celtics had positioned themselves for where players wanted to come play for them. I think the Kings are in the process of that. The closer we get to challenging, the more interest we'll get from potential free agents and other big names out there.
Yeah, so if the Kings wanted to make a trade, what do they have to work with? We'll look at that when we come right back. Sacktown Sports.
Sacramento's premier country music festival, Country in the Park, is coming back May 16th and 17th at Cal Expo with Bailey Zimmerman, Billy Currington, Cole Wetzel, Nate Smith, and more. You'll enjoy food trucks, rock walls, and a mechanical bull, line dancing, and more. Single-day GA tickets start at $52 at CITPFest.com. It's Country in the Park, May 16th and 17th with Good Guys Heating and Cooling. Find out more at CITPFest.com.
Capital Casino, conveniently located on 411th North 16th Street in downtown Sacramento.
The holidays are always a great time to get together with family and friends, but nothing beats the thrill of Stockton Honda's deals. During Happy Honda Days, find the perfect ride in person or online. With over 400 new Hondas ready to go, now is the time to buy at Northern California's #1 Honda deal, Stockton Honda.
Anytime, anywhere, it's all here. StocktonHonda.com.
#1 claims based on 2023 total new and Honda certified pre-owned vehicle car sales from American Honda Motor Company. Sell report.
Hey, it's Carmichael Dave coming to you from my good friends at American Energy. Look, it's already cold outside. It's only going to get colder. American Energy wants to help you stay warm and make sure your system is operating safely. So right now is the time to take advantage of the $49 tune-up inspection. Normally $119, $49 right now, and that includes a full safety and duct inspection. And check it out. If your system's over 10 years old, and I'll bet it is, the tune-up, yeah, it's free. It's free from a company that's been in business since 1981, serving the greater Sacramento area. A+ Better Business Bureau. Check their Yelp, check their Google reviews. Don't take my word for it. Give them a call right now. $50 off your first recommended repair. If you need a new furnace, half off the price of a new unit. Check them out at the AEway.com and tell them Carmichael Dave sent you.
Call 916-520-9990 now.
Afternoon home for Kings talk and so much more. The Try Guys on Sacktown Sports.
Jay, do you have a favorite Christmas song, or maybe a favorite version of a Christmas song?
Yeah, it's probably Jackson 5. Claus is coming to town. Yeah, there's actually a DMX, who's not with this rapper. He did a rendition of Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. I probably could find it. I like it. It's just funny because DMX, I don't know if you're familiar with DMX. He's got that groggy voice, like, oh man, what's going on? That type of thing. And him talking about Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, Vixen and Prancer and Dasher, like that's probably one of my other favorite ones too.
You got to play that for us.
Yeah, I'm going to see if I can find it. Mm-hmm. Pretty sure I can. Everything is findable at this point, right?
Yeah, for Jay, the Mix Master.
Well, that's true.
Yeah. Kyle Draper's not with us currently. He's on a hunt for coffee.
Yeah, he's trying to get some of that Joe.
Just downstairs at the coffee machine or what?
Yeah, listen, one thing I always talk about is when you are a coffee drinker, which I'm not at all.
Yeah.
I always find it very entertaining for coffee drinkers to, when they need coffee, how they go about getting coffee, what they believe is the best coffee, and it's like anything, no, the blue Jamaican roast from Starbucks, that's the greatest ever. And then it's like, no, I'll never drink it. It's always about, I grind my own bean. Like it's interesting.
It's like you said,
coffee is funny,
the way they need
truth
coffee.
Yeah.
It's a need.
It's habitual, baby. It's habitual.
Yeah. Best of luck to Draper. He said if he has any problems, he's going to call us. So let us know.
Well, he's calling now, actually.
Right. Yeah. Let's see what's going on. Yeah. Sacktown Sports. Hi, you're on the air. What's up?
Hey, you guys know how to open the coffee decanter?
No, man. I don't drink no coffee at all. You mean go look for someone around the area, Drapes, and ask. You know what I mean?
Nah. Dude, I got a Keurig at home. I got the 1 cup joint. I'm trying to figure out.
Just put the pot in.
Open this?
No, but everybody was saying the coffee was disgusting. I think they need to order a new one of those.
See?
Did you guys hear what she just
Swing
said?
and a miss. Yeah.
See?
She said, I'm on the air right now. So she's like, I won't put your name out there. I won't tell anybody it was you. She's like, the word on the street is the coffee's disgusting, but hey, JC, help your boy out. Yeah, can you open this? You know how to do this?
Yeah, I think it's just a matter of
Dude, nobody knows how to make a cup of coffee?
No, nobody. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. We need a Keurig.
I think it's.
Yeah, we do.
We do. Oh, man.
Drapes, you should get JC on the air with that accent of his.
Nah, JC, now, are you a Lakers fan or no?
No.
I just saw, okay, all right. I remember the Lakers here. Oh, Lori's here.
Lori knows how to do it.
And I have free and don't drink.
Lori, help your boy out. This is your. Really? Oh, Mitch Richmond back in the day. Okay.
Yeah, Rock, baby.
JC's a Mitch Richmond, the Rock. How about this? Lori's about to retire.
Yes.
Her last duty here is helping your boy out with coffee.
That's awesome.
Shouts out to Lori, man.
Shout out to Lori.
That's sad.
After you disrespected her
man.
yesterday.
Yes, you did.
No, she's mad at you actually, Whitey, because you said she didn't make it. You didn't believe her. Oh. Huh? Yeah, I'm really on the air right now.
Yeah, he is.
I'm going upstairs. Thank you, guys. You got it? Oh, there it is. Okay. Thank you.
That's sad.
There we go. Thank you, guys. Appreciate that. All right, guys. I'll be up in about 10 minutes. I'm going to brew this coffee. But let me just say real quick. We got a problem organizationally if it takes 4 people to make a damn cup of coffee around here. Like, who do we need to talk to? Is that a Steve thing? Like, I'm trying to have some. It shouldn't take 4 or 5 of us.
The problem is you bring up things like that, and the next thing you know, you're in charge of the coffee committee. So
but you know what? Careful. Drapes is spot on. This is 2024. For the holidays, we need to upgrade our situation. Keurig,
Put it on the list.
Espresso.
Right?
Yeah, we got to get that on the list.
We don't have no Christmas tree, or the TV doesn't work.
Yeah.
Actually,
well, we got offered a Christmas
we
tree.
get things done, though.
But
Hey,
we
get
got
things
offered
done
a
around
Christmas
here.
tree, Drapes and Whitey.
Where's that, Jay?
We denied it. Because it's kind of like, yeah, because we Johnny come lately. You didn't want to give us the tree in the beginning, and then now that we've been offered the Christmas tree, we're not accepting that no more. We're done.
Gotcha. The Charlie Brown tree,
yeah,
right?
You're right. We don't want the Charlie Brown tree. You put 2 ornaments on it and fall over. We don't want that.
All right, I'm about to walk back in.
We'll see you when your coffee break is over.
All right, man.
Thank you. My buddy, the End here is weighing in. Appreciate the End. Oh, you back? Wow, I thought you were going to be a while. Our buddy, the End, talking about the Kings and their defense. He also says Drapes is crazy, by the way. But he says, pardon me, 13th in defense is not serviceable for teams with championship hopes, period. Okay, the End, maybe so, but Denver won the championship a couple years ago.
They were 13. 15? They were 15.
They were
Exactly.
15.
Who's saying that? Who is that?
Now, I'm not saying the Kings are a championship team, but it is a fact. Denver won. They were ranked 15th.
No, you know,
defensive rating.
Exactly. And we've talked, you've heard Mike Brown say it. If only we could be in the middle of the pack, top 15.
Mm-hmm.
With an elite offense, this team would take. And that's what Denver was a couple of years ago when they won the championship.
Mm-hmm.
And let's be honest, and this is to the end, this defense is leaps and bounds better than it was 2 years ago.
The End's pointing out, yes, well, Denver had the MVP.
But we're talking about defense.
Yeah.
We're talking about the defense. I mean, the numbers are the numbers. You got to give the Kings some credit. And here's the thing too, Whitey. They aren't even playing great defense like you were saying.
Yeah.
Like,
no one's saying, oh, this team's elite. I'm just saying for what this team has to work with, 13th is good, and it puts them in position to win a lot of games.
Do you think
it's a championship level defense?
Do you think, and you brought this up a little bit ago, do you think with the trade deadline coming up in a couple of months, whether it's a Time Lord, Robert Williams III, or Herb Jones, who's not, but like, is that an area that needs to be addressed right now, this trade deadline?
I think if you can get somebody who can play at both ends, yes. You know, someone's a good defender and a good shooter. That'd be great.
Yeah.
You can improve by leaps and bounds.
And here's the thing, too. And I go back to what I said last segment about the Celtics. It's not, you got to check all your boxes right now. You got to, go get the full shopping done right now. This really is a process. And this is why when you look at the last couple of years and Monty didn't do anything, it's like, Monty, you have to swing for the fences. You can hit a single here, bunt somebody on.
Right.
Like it's a process so that now you're at a point where you add one more piece and bam, we're set to go.
Yeah.
I just feel like our timetable, it starts now, obviously it's now, but we might not be even at this trade deadline, be ready to actually win a championship. It may be that move and another move. It's not just one magic move that we can make. Yeah.
Jay, I know you'd been saying as far back as the summer, you'd said, well, they got to do something, but they don't have to do it now.
Nah.
They could do it at the deadline.
Yep.
But do you feel like now you have to do it at the deadline, or can you still kick that can down the road?
Yeah, I think I still keep the same deadline, same calendar in the form of it has to be done by next off season.
Next off season.
Yeah,
like 2025. This one coming up.
Yeah, which is this one coming up. The end of this season, I think you have to go all in the form of winning a championship. Go all in.
You're more patient than I am.
Yeah, but I mean,
so you say trade deadline?
Yeah.
Is this team championship caliber?
No.
Okay. So what are we playing for?
But is there a reason to think that at the next offseason they could be championship caliber? I mean, that's always the plan, but is that realistic?
I think if you go into the form of, what DeMar DeRozan, one of the things, and we'll play one of the sounds is rotation wise, right? We've heard this quite a bit about DeRozan, De'Aaron's, Domas's minutes, Keegan's minutes, those type of thing. And I think, to use a page out of Drake's books, it takes them 20 games to kind of really understand where a team is at. And so I think Mike Brown has said this numerous times in his press conferences. Like, I'm still figuring certain things out too. And I think I have a decent handle on it, but I'm still maneuvering a few things. If we push that, timeline up to the trade deadline, I think you'll know what this team is going to be. And then you work around the fringes, which is kind of, I think we've been talking about, the last week or two, unless you go out and make a splash and you go get, I don't know, a huge name, which I don't see that person, Brandon Ingram, I guess, would be the huge name, but I don't see that happening with the Kings. I think you can do that with next offseason, knowing you got to make a decision on what Keegan Murray, Kevin Huerter, guys like that are.
We'll take a look, as promised, at the Kings draft assets, what they have to work with. And should we care that the Kings did not make a list of the NBA's top 10 front offices? We'll take a glance at that as well when we come back to Sacktown Sports.
How was your drive to school?
Let me tell you, I had to get my iced coffee first. I just can't seem to put it down. My favorite rapper just announced a tour. My phone was buzzing like crazy. I'm so excited. I had to text all my friends right then to talk about it. Then someone started calling me and...
Let's try that again.
I turned my phone off right away. I never drive distracted.
Visit StopTextStopWrecks.org. A message brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, Project Yellow Light, and the Ad Council.
Ooma. What was that? That is business phone bliss with the Ooma Cloud Phone System. It handles all our voice, video, and messaging needs.
You sound very
calm. I am. Ooma has everything I need to run my business more efficiently, like virtual receptionist, call routing, and video conferencing. And it starts at just $19.95 per month per user, plus taxes and fees.
Ooma.
Nice. Find your business comm at ooma.com/radio.
Okay, I have to tell you, I was just looking on eBay where I go for all kinds of things I love, and there it was.
That hologram trading card. One of the rarest. The last one I needed for my set. Shiny like the
designer handbag of my dreams. One of a kind. eBay had it, and now everyone's asking, ooh, where'd you get your
windshield wipers? eBay has all the parts that fit my car. No more annoying. Just beautiful.
Whatever you love, find it on eBay. eBay. Things people love.
Pro Paint Days are back at Lowe's, and that means limited time savings on the paint pros need. Right now, save $15 on 5-gallon pails of HGTV Home by Sherwin-Williams All-Purpose Power Primer. Plus, get it delivered to your job site with free same-day delivery when you order by 2 p.m. Visit us in-store or online today, because Lowe's knows paint. Lowe's knows pros. Valid through 12/20. Delivery by 8 p.m. Subject to driver availability. Additional terms apply. See Lowe's.com/same-day delivery for details.
Finally, an easy way to find home improvement contractors. Just visit subcontractorsunited.com and simplify your search for home services professionals. From cabinets to windows, roofing to plumbing, Subcontractors United is an easy, simple way to find and hire a home improvement contractor. And you never have to give up personal information. So no harassing phone calls like you get from those other websites. Subcontractorsunited.com is sponsored by D&D Cabinets and Savage Design.
Ho, 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 ho. Looks like you made the ice list this year.
Santa, don't you mean the nice list?
No, ice, because Prestigio Jewelers carries all the ice you need.
For over 30 years, Prestigio Jewelers has offered in-house financing and fine jewelry. Guaranteed credit approval between $400 and $10,000 with no money down options. Make this Christmas season unforgettable. The perfect jewelry, the perfect price, helping you build perfect credit. With locations in Sacramento, Stockton, Merced, and Fresno, or online at PrestigioJewelers.com.
It's not your average holiday season. Hold on to your hard hats because starting Monday, December 13th, Fasteners Inc. Tool Outlet is unwrapping the biggest power tool sale Sacramento has ever seen. We're turning up the heat with 12 days of unbeatable prices on all your favorite Makita products and much more. Free batteries with tools, free tools with batteries, and bare tools starting at just $99. Come on down and give us a visit at 6701 Power and Road in Sacramento, or shop our Christmas deals online at fastenersinc.net. Fasteners Inc. Tool Outlet. Better tools, better prices.
Hey, what's up? We're talking to Chad Hoblet, the Hoblet Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Woodland. What's happening for the Wrap Up the Year sales event?
Wrap up our biggest savings of the year with up to $17,000 off MSRP on new 2024 Ram Heavy Duties. Plus, with over 400 new Rams available, including the hard-to-find heavy duties, your perfect truck is waiting at the Hoblet Ram Truck Center.
That is a huge selection of Rams. Probably why Hoblet is the #1 Ram dealer in California.
Not only do we have great deals on new Ram trucks, the Hoblet family dealers is growing with a huge selection of used cars at the Hoblet Certified Pre-Owned Supercenter. With over 220 vehicles available and over 45 under $20,000.
Search, select, and save through our whole inventory at HobletDodge.com. Unbeatable prices, unbeatable selection, nobody beats Hoblet, period. $17,000 total net savings on select new 2024 Ram 2500 tradesmen after $10,500 factory rebates and $6,500 dealer discounts. Rebates include $3,000 Hoblet inventory coupons while supplies last, $2,000 trade-in assistance on qualifying trades, $500 upfit, $2,000 California commercial business bonus cash. Business ownership and $500 upfit required. 5 months net savings. Sample VIN 357313. See dealer for details.
The Drive Guys, live and local, every afternoon, Monday through Friday on Sacktown Sports.
Within the last hour, we've had another quote-unquote update, question mark with an asterisk on Jimmy Butler. Shams reporting that the Phoenix Suns are another team that Jimmy Butler's agent, Bernie Lee, has indicated in league circles that the six-time All-Star is open to as a destination, while Miami listens to trade offers, sources tell ESPN, joining Dallas, Houston, and Golden State. So this clearly has been driven by Jimmy and his agent. We don't know that any of these teams being mentioned have any interest. Keith Smith, friend of the show, says this would mean, talking about Miami and Phoenix, he says this would mean KD, Beal, or Booker are headed to Miami or elsewhere. He says that's the only way the math works. Phoenix cannot aggregate salaries, so count me as being fairly skeptical this happens. And I think that's where a lot of us are on all of the Jimmy Butler stuff, very skeptical. He and his agent could talk all they want about, we want to go to Houston or Dallas or the Warriors, but tough to swing. And there's, again, no indication that those teams are interested in doing the financial gymnastics that would be necessary for them to swing that deal.
Yeah, I think you're spot on. And when you start talking about $50 million,
exactly,
it's tough to fit into an umbrella of other different contracts that some of these teams are going to have to look for. You know, like you said, gymnastics, backflip, black flips, handstands, you know, double pikes and twists to get into it.
That's what Draper's going to be doing if he ever gets his coffee.
I know, man. Good luck.
Yeah.
Drapes is
he's back at it.
He's on a coffee hunt. he is literally on a coffee hunt right now. He needs the bean.
He'll be back with us shortly. We were just having the conversation. We just started it before we had to take a break. The Kings do they need to do something at this trade deadline as far as improving the roster, or can they wait till the next offseason? The reason that came up is because Jay has been saying for a long time, since at least last offseason, that, you know, they don't have to do anything now. They could do some at the deadline. So here with the deadline approaching, and we're still a ways off, I just asked Jay, so do they have to do some at the deadline? And I guess you and a lot of other people are saying not necessarily, huh?
Yeah, fringe things. I mean, I'm just looking at it from the standpoint, and just to reset the situation, why they always say, I'm playing for a championship. Now, with that being said, you have to make, you know, there's steps to winning a championship, right? Like, no one jumps from 1 year bottom of the tier, and I'm not saying the Kings were, but at the same time, and just jumps into a championship. Normally, there's a natural progression that happens for teams more times than not. The Kings' natural progression can't be from playing team not making the playoffs to winning a championship. And so when you got people talking about, you know, time is now, like someone from the 209, the time is now, or excuse me, it's about now. Absolutely. Now means trade deadline and off season. And with that also being said is I challenge anyone, you know, when you say talk about now, what's the move now that totally makes sense? And again, this is coming from me, the person that says, hey, if you want to go spend $400 million, that ain't my money, please do. Go get it. Go make it happen. But naturally, organically, and realistically, that's not going to happen. Like, you don't just flip the switch and go get Devin Booker. Doesn't happen that way. Now, if you want to, let's do it. I'm here for the ride. And so that's why I've always said last offseason is it's going to take a three-step prong to get there with some luck. Last offseason, which they set pat, this trade deadline, and off season. And then I think now we need to be talking about a championship run, or at least be in that mindset. And if we're not, there's a problem.
I think you're right. And I think history has proven that you're right. History shows you're right. And I think we know there's no shortcuts. You know, you can't, teams now, they try to, we'll take a shortcut to the championship. We'll go get this guy or that guy. We'll get a big money guy. It doesn't work. But there's one other factor I think you may not be considering.
Okay.
Like I said, you're right. And I think the end hits the nail on the head here. And I know Kyle doesn't like it when we bring this up. But the end says, my concern, but did you get your coffee? Smells, yeah.
Yeah, I got it. Yeah. Yep. And people on the YouTube chat can see the cup right here. I'm good to go now. My
How much
second
cream
win.
and sugar you put in there?
I load up.
Sweet and low, or you on that reel?
I'm on the stevia.
Okay.
I'm a stevia guy.
Okay, I see you working.
I mean, that's the
that
little green
sweetener,
packets.
right,
Yeah. That's
that replacement.
Yep.
Doing that non-sugar candy.
Exactly.
What is that? Because I've seen the commercials for it, and the guys are in the field, and there's all this like lettuce-looking stuff that they're chopping up. That's stevia?
Yes,
it's like a sweetener.
It's like extract, stevia. Yeah,
Okay.
stevia. Yes, that's the new thing.
Anyway, the end says, my concern is that if we do not improve this team this year, what motivation would Fox have to stay here? He says, real talk. And we don't know. It's speculation. But I think that's another log on that fire when the Kings look at what do we do? How dire is the need to do some now? I think it's something to at least consider.
Let me ask you this, though, Whitey.
Do you not?
No, yeah. You consider that.
You have to.
But you just added DeMar DeRozan.
Right.
You're making the moves. Like, you're improving the team. What more does De'Aaron, like, as presently constructed, how good is this Kings team?
We don't know the answer to that yet.
Top 4?
Nah.
Top 6?
Yeah, top 6.
Well, and if that's the case, are you going to leave a team whose ceiling is top 6? That means you're in the playoffs every year.
If you don't make a move, though, Drapes. That's my argument.
Yeah,
and I think that's what I've said is you have to begin to with the mindset of winning a championship. For too long, I feel like Kings fans in the Kings Kingdom, we're always hoping, wishing, praying, wishing upon a star. And then when you get a De'Aaron Fox, when you get a Domantas Sabonis, which are all league caliber guys, and then you add a DeMar DeRozan, now more times than not, fellas, aren't we always talking about fringe guys or the 4th or the 5th guy or the 6th man or a rotational guy? And that's what I'm saying is I think those guys normally make championship teams also with top end talent. And like someone from the 5-3-0, how is this team with 2 All-NBA guys, DeRozan and Monk and Keegan, not championship contenders? Laugh out loud. I hate this take so much because they ain't done nothing.
We haven't seen them at their best yet.
Championship contenders?
Right. And that's why. Now, if you choose to believe that, then shouts out to you from the 5-3-0. You know, Dixon, Woodland, wherever you rocking from, shouts out to you. I'm not discouraging you. I'm just saying I don't believe it because I ain't seen it. And so the point behind that is I think some things have to play out, fellas, which is DeRozan rotation fitting into this team has to play out, right? We need to really know, and this is just Jay talking. Drapes, I know you're going to push something back. I know other people will. Yeah. I'm not sure what Keegan completely is. I'm not sure if you can win a championship with Keegan Murray.
Don't you at least have to win a playoff series before we're talking about
natural progression?
Team?
But here's the thing, fellas. The roster is good enough to win a playoff series.
Agreed.
The roster 2 years ago was good enough to win a playoff series. But were the players good enough in that moment? And so when I look at, if I'm De'Aaron Fox and I look at the talent around me, Domas, All-NBA, DeMar DeRozan having an all-star season, I'm looking at it and saying, well, we got enough to compete. I'm not looking at the man. Now, if they didn't get DeRozan and they just kept it as status quo, they went out there and got a big fish, fellas. And I'm tired of the NBA where the players don't give management enough time. De'Aaron ain't Dame Lillard. Portland ain't give Dame Lillard anything over it. He waited in the last 4 years. De'Aaron Fox, they added Sabonis, All-NBA. Malik Monk, 6th man of the year. DeMar DeRozan, Hall of Famer. So if I'm De'Aaron, I can't look and say management and the front office not getting it done because we've been active over the last 3 years. The moves Monty has made 4 years, bringing in, throwing Keegan as well. Like this team and organization is vastly improved from where it was 4 years ago. Like this isn't Dame Lillard toiling away for 9 years, or Jay's boy out there in Charlotte, LaMelo Ball toiling away in Charlotte. Dude, your team's good enough to make the playoffs. Go out there and be great. Go out there and lead the team instead of looking to the organization to rescue with. Dude, this ain't LeBron and the Heatles. This ain't Steph Curry getting Kevin Durant in 2015-16 or 2015-16. The team is already good enough to make some noise in the Western Conference.
But how much, Drapes, that I think is what Kings fans are asking. And you have,
and more importantly, what De'Aaron may be asking.
Yeah, that too.
And we don't know. We don't know.
Right.
We this is all based on some of the reports. Like we actually don't know. I'm saying this, fellas. They just got a big fish in the offseason. So if they don't do anything at the trade deadline, is De'Aaron going to hold them to the fire? Like, dog, we just got DeRozan. We ain't even been a year into this with DeRozan yet. Now's not the time to jump ship. This organization and Monty has already shown he's got you more talent than you've ever had in the NBA. And this, I'm just talking about Monty himself the last 4 years. He's done a hell of a job building this roster out. Now he has to get some back and fill in the fillers.
Yeah.
But are you saying if he doesn't get Dorian Finney-Smith at the trade deadline, De'Aaron's going to be like, oh, I'm out of here?
We don't know.
Like Dorian Finney-Smith,
but
an eighth man, is going to determine whether or not Fox takes $340 million or not?
No, but I don't know the answer to that. But I know that everything you said is true. But if you're De'Aaron Fox, you're not obligated to stay with a team because you look at them and go, man, they really tried. I mean, you're right. They have. But if you're De'Aaron Fox,
because players haven't done it.
Yeah.
That's the tough part. Yeah. And I mean, honestly,
but again, as you said, we don't know
what
he's thinking.
Yeah.
But
and I think
that is part of this whole.
That's the tough part. Yeah. That's the tough part is you take the chance and you kind of know that you're taking the chance, right?
Yeah.
I mean, that's the crapshoot.
We'll come back, look at what the Kings would have to work with if they want to make a trade on Sacktown Sports.
Sacramento weather is brought to you by Folsom Lake Kia.
I'm meteorologist Heather Waldman in the KCRA3 Weather Center. A couple of hours of some steady rain overnight. Most of that out of here by the Thursday morning drive, but watch for a couple showers Thursday afternoon. Morning temperatures will be in the mid-40s. Get the latest forecast on the KCRA News and the KCRA app.
It's the year-end event right now at Folsom Lake Kia with huge year-end savings, low finance rates, and zero-down deals with approved credit. Come see my friends at Folsom Lake Kia and tell them DC sent you. FolsomLakeKia.com.
Don't you just love this time of year and the holidays when families get together to make memories? Hi, this is Frank LaRosa with a word about Naturewood Home Furnishings. From the time I was a youngster, the family table was always filled with a gathering of grandparents, aunts and uncles, brothers and sisters. Those are memories that will live with me forever. Naturewood Home Furnishings Holiday Home Sale going on right now gives you the opportunity to find the perfect holiday gift that will last a lifetime. You'll find unique gifts like gleaming accessories for every room, now 20% off. During Naturewood's Holiday Home Sale, you'll find savings all around the store for every room in your home. Find your perfect bit of Christmas for your home at Naturewood Home Furnishings Holiday Home Sale going on right now. The memories you make with your family will be with you forever. Naturewood Home Furnishings, off Highway 50 at Hazel. Look for the water wheel.
Welcome back to another exciting game day. Grab your rally towels, throw on your jerseys, cheer, shout, and save on your gas. That's right. Sports fans win big on home game days. Score instant savings of 25 cents per gallon on Shell V-Power Nitro Plus Premium Gasoline with the Fuel Rewards program. And that's a victory for you and your tailgate team. Download the app, join the Fuel Rewards program today, and game on. Restrictions apply. Limited time. At participating Shell stations. For more details, visit fuelrewards.com.
Hey, what's up, everybody? It's your boy Drapes, Kyle Draper from Mercedes-Benz of Stockton. And now that the holidays are here, there is no better time than right now to head down to Mercedes-Benz of Stockton. The Mercedes-Benz Holiday Love Celebration is back from now through January 2nd. You may say, Kyle, what is the Holiday Love Celebration? Well, let me tell you. At Mercedes-Benz of Stockton, you can discover exceptional offers on a new Mercedes-Benz like the 2025 GLC 300 SUV. It's just $559 a month for 36 months. They also have a full lineup of SUVs, vans, electric vehicles, and of course, certified pre-owned vehicles with rates as low as 2.99% APR up to 72 months on select vehicles. Mercedes-Benz of Stockton believes in the true Mercedes car buying experience. So make the short drive down I-5 to Mercedes-Benz of Stockton and see what a true car buying experience is really about. Or of course, you can go online at mbofstockton.com.
Hey, this is Greg Pop-Up. Are you working through a major insurance claim? SunPoint Public Adjusters can help. SunPoint prepares, presents, and negotiates your claim with the insurance company, working only for you, making sure you get everything you're entitled to, not what just some adjuster working for an insurance company thinks you should get. Call SunPoint today at 888-247-7865 or contact us at sunpoint.us. SunPoint Public Adjusters, the gold standard in public adjusting.
License number 2N14884.
Ready for winter? Forecasters are already predicting record sick days. Don't become a healthcare statistic. Fight sickness with fitness. Create a daily workout and stick to it. Let the Good Feet store help you meet your workout goals. With Good Feet Arch Supports, the pain in your feet, knees, hips, and back become history. And Good Feet Arch Supports are HSA and FSA eligible. Visit goodfeet.com for an appointment or just stop in. The Good Feet store in Sacramento, Roseville, Vacaville, and in Reno on South Virginia Street.
Sacramento's premier country music festival, Country in the Park, is coming back May 16th and 17th at Cal Expo with Bailey Zimmerman, Billy Currington, Nate Smith, and more. You'll enjoy food trucks, rock walls, and a mechanical bull, line dancing, and more. Single-day GA tickets start at $52 at CITPfest.com. It's Country in the Park, May 16th and 17th with Good Guys Heating and Cooling. Find out more at CITPfest.com.
After being over Kings Talk and so much more. The Drive Guys on Sacktown Sports.
Here's why we appreciate it when you put your name on it. Somebody's coming after you and me, Jay.
That's right.
The text line, and I don't think they put. If you did put your name on it, I'm looking for it. But here you go, whole bunch of texts here. We appreciate your listening. You know it's bad when Draper is the voice of reason. LOL.
That's a backhanded shot at me, right?
Yeah. Why y'all backpedaling saying we don't know after stating this is not a contender as a fact week after week? I'm not saying we don't know if the Kings are contenders. They are not a championship contender. I'm saying we don't know as far as what De'Aaron Fox, how he looks at it. Right. We don't know. That's what I'm saying. We don't know.
You backpedaling like
I'm not backpedaling.
We got prime Deion Sanders right here. You're changing it a little bit.
I'll tell you. What am I?
Because you're saying we don't know how De'Aaron Fox.
Of course we don't. You said that too.
What's the Kings ceiling right now with this roster, Whitey and Jay?
Maybe a 6
I've already
seed.
said it. 6.
Maybe.
No, I'm talking playoffs. Like in terms of win around, Western Conference Finals.
Maybe win around.
Oh my
God. I'm gonna take it a little step further. I'll go.
They've never won a playoff series.
I'll go a little further in the form that they could win around, get lucky, depending on who they.
Lucky, Jay.
Yeah, man, who you playing round 2?
Dog,
you think this team is rocking? You think they're raising trophies?
So you saying to me they can't beat Memphis in a playoff series?
I just said they could if they meet the proper person.
Can they beat Houston, Jay, in a playoff series?
Proper squad.
Can they beat Golden State in a playoff series?
Golden State ain't gonna make it.
Can they beat the Clippers in a playoff series?
Proper series.
Can they beat the Lakers in a series? I just listed 5 teams.
And I just said they could win round 1. That takes one of your 5 off the board. And if they meet a Memphis, if they meet a LA Lakers, if they meet somebody on the back end, they could sneak through. That's a sneak through.
Here's my point. Lucky. This spurts from the 7 to the 5-3-0 ends in 7-2. Everyone wants to mortgage the future for guys who aren't going to get any run on this team. There are guys on this roster who can't get any run on this team. That's a fact. This bench is not good enough for us to talk about this team as a championship team.
Nobody's questioning that, fellas. We all agree it's not a championship team.
So this team going to the Western Conference Finals, according to Drapes.
They possibly can, because I've said it time and time again, and I would love to know if people at home and driving are believe in this as well. 916-339-1140. Outside of OKC, I feel like we could play with anybody. OKC is the only team that can definitively say we're a championship. Everybody else, they're Western Conference Finals contenders. I'm talking Memphis. I'm talking Houston. I'm even talking the Denver Nuggets. We're on that. OKC's on the top tier. It's like 8 teams on that next tier, fellas. That's what I'm saying.
You must be drinking espresso, man.
You don't believe that? You don't believe that? See, that's
I just know you're very agitated.
I believe
that's terrible.
I do believe there is a block of teams who have not separated themselves with the fact of they have top end talent just like the Kings do. I think they have higher top end talent than the Kings do. And the difference for me, Drapes, is they've shown and proven that they can get to round 2 where the Kings have not. Can you give me that?
Nah, I really don't want to give it to you.
Well, don't give it to me because let's talk about it.
They just because they've done it before
means something. Come on now.
Don't. They ain't win
you
the
the
thing.
same
They didn't win
person
the
who
chip.
come on here and say you belong on the kiddie table because people haven't done it before, where you've done it for a long time.
And I'm gonna keep it completely real, fellas. This isn't Kyle Draper, Kings team employee speaking. I think, and I'm looking at the teams ahead of us in the standings, I'm not afraid of anybody but maybe OKC when we're at our best. This is something I said yesterday. Now, we haven't seen it a whole lot, but there's still 50 or 60 games left, Whitey.
Yeah, but that's a leap I'm not willing to make yet. When they're at their best, they're not at their best very often, and they're shown it lately. Maybe they are. So when I look at them, I don't see them as a team right now that can make it to the Western Conference Finals. As you say, when they're at their best, you can say that about all the teams when they're at their best. I just think the roster needs a serious upgrade when it comes to the bench. By the way, the person from the 530, the name is Forrest.
That's my guy, Forrest. That's my guy, Forrest.
Yeah, he definitely your guy.
That's my guy.
Yeah, that's your guy.
Yep. No doubt about it.
He's the one that said things are crazy when Draper's the voice of reason.
Yeah,
So
he's the guy that bought the bracelet from my daughter.
Oh, is
he's
it?
the guy.
Shouts out.
Yeah.
Okay.
So he is a
salute
friend.
to Forrest. Yeah, absolutely.
339-1140, 1-800-920-1140. John joins us on Sacktown Sports. What's up, John?
Hello, gentlemen. Thank you for taking my call.
Absolutely.
What you got, John?
Sure. So so as far as making a move goes, I have to agree with Jay's timeline, 100%. But I think so by the end of next season. But I think 2 things are going to need to play out. I think Monty's going to let 2 things play out before he makes a move like that. Number 1 is Devin Carter's role. Number 2 is that first round draft pick that was attached to the Kevin Huerter trade that has like 37 contingencies on it. I think so. You know what I'm talking about,
Yeah,
right?
I know which way you're talking about. Yeah.
So I think those 2 things are going to play out first before he quote unquote goes all in. I'll take your answer off the air. Thank you for your time.
All right, thanks, John. Here's just to clarify that. First round pick is owed to Atlanta in the upcoming draft.
Yep.
It conveys unless it's 1 through 12, it's protected. If it somehow ends up being one of the top 12 picks, the Kings keep it. In which case you go to the next year that's protected 1 through 10 in 2026. And if it still hasn't conveyed, then it just becomes a couple second rounders.
Yeah.
So like you said, it's very likely to convey this year.
Right.
So you're probably
12?
losing that pick. Yeah.
It's not even about just not making the playoffs. You got to be one of the, 12 worst teams. I think 8 of those will come from the East easily.
Yeah.
But here's the thing, fellas. Nobody's saying the team doesn't need to make moves. The conversation started as if Monty doesn't make a move by the deadline. De'Aaron Fox all of a sudden is looking at that as some sort of, what are we doing? He just made arguably the biggest move in the last 20 years for the Sacramento Kings, getting DeMar DeRozan.
But Drapes, then we're arguing something neither of us knows. We're arguing how De'Aaron Fox looks at that and what he thinks of it. And you make a great point. They've done some things. So what does De'Aaron think of that? We don't know. That's the part we don't know. We're not backpedaling of it. It's unknowable.
We don't know what De'Aaron thinks, but
he ain't said it.
But I would be highly disappointed if he thinks if Monty doesn't do something this trade deadline, I'm out of here. That's it. This team ain't trying to win.
Why?
We brought in DeMontis Sabonis.
Yeah.
You got the number 4 pick in Keegan. We brought in your boy Malik Monk. We brought in DeMar DeRozan. Like, this Kings team has transformed more so than a lot of teams in the NBA.
Mm-hmm.
It'd be different. Like I said, we were Charlotte or somebody like that. The Wizards, it's not like Monty and them aren't trying to go for it. Do I want them to make a move? Yes. But I don't think making a move at the trade deadline is the difference. And I could be wrong.
It depends on what the move is.
Right. I could be wrong. But I don't think that's making a difference whether De'Aaron Fox stays or not. What happens at this trade deadline?
No, but it's if you do something, how much better does that make you? And if it makes you better, then he's more likely to stay. It's not, what did you do? Here you go, De'Aaron. Here's what we did at the deadline. I don't like that. It's about how much better that makes you.
But that's common sense, Whitey. That's, of course. But I thought the discussion was we can't wait till the offseason. Like, De'Aaron Fox sees that, and we've made strides from where De'Aaron was, even since I've been here. Like, we're a respectable team. And I go back to what I said also really quickly. Mm-hmm. This team is good enough to win a round or two. This team was good enough last year. This team was good enough 2 years ago.
Agreed.
I'm not looking at Monty, McNair, and Wes to improve just to help me win a playoff series. You got enough to win a playoff series right now. It's on the players to get it done.
If the Kings need size, how about this guy? Trade idea. We'll float that next. We'll get back to the phones as well as we roll on Sacktown Sports.
Following is furnished by Excel Media Pros. Are you battling drug or alcohol addiction? Call Rehabs America for a free consultation. Drugs and alcohol can destroy your life. Our program offers a complete medical detox plus inpatient drug and alcohol treatment. Your insurance may cover 100% of treatment. Many have already completed our program and are living substance-free lives. Call for your free consultation now. Connect with one of our qualified treatment specialists. It's time to take back your freedom with Rehabs America. Hope is one free phone call away. Today is the day to take back control of your life and live it free from the chains of addiction. Call for a free consultation now. The call is free, the consultation is free, and your insurance may cover 100% of your treatment. Don't miss this opportunity to get your life back. 800-375-1159. That's 800-375-1159. Don't wait. Help is here. Our dedicated friendly staff is here to answer all your questions now. Call 800-375-1159. That's 800-375-1159.
Whitey here reminding you that not all grills are created equal. Give your family a real treat. Bring out all the flavors of the upcoming holidays with the amazing Napoleon Prestige line of outdoor cookers. And get this, Napoleon Grill's Black Friday Cyber Mondays include a limited time $300 off their top-selling Phantom Grill and 15% off all gas, kettle, and travel grills. Napoleon grills are built different, built better, built to last. Complete with a lifetime warranty and premium steel that boasts absolute quality. Whitey and Napoleon Grills wish you happy holidays. Visit Green Acres Nursery today for your best selection of Napoleon Grills and accessories.
Here comes Floyd, throw over the middle. Intercepted by Fred Warner.
Faithful to the Bay.
Fred gets up and runs back the other way, 30.
Be there December 12th for Thursday Night Football at Levi Stadium as the San Francisco 49ers take on the Los Angeles Rams.
20, one block and he's in.
This battle of NFC West rivals is presented by Rakuten.
Touchdown!
Tickets are available now. Secure your seats today at 49ers.com/tickets.
San Francisco!
This year, American farmers will harvest 2.8 billion bushels of wheat and 15.1 billion bushels of corn. And to this day, American road workers have built 4.2 million miles of roads and counting. We're proud that John Deere machines rolling off the line here in the USA play a part in supporting Americans who work the land and build a better tomorrow. Nothing runs like a Deere. Learn more at johndeere.com/manufacturing.
I spray and scrub, but the soap scum in my bathtub is still there.
I spray and scrub, but the burnt sauce on my stovetop sticks around.
Sprays can leave grime behind, but Mr. Clean Ultra Foamy Magic Eraser combines the scrubbing power of an eraser with the cleaning power of Dawn to melt away tough messes on contact.
Just wet, squeeze, and erase.
Stop spraying, start erasing, and clean with more magic than ever with Ultra Foamy Magic Eraser.
Mr. Clean, Mr. Clean.
It's Capital Casino, Sacramento's #1 poker room, and guess what? Primetime football is back. Capital Casino is giving away $500 per game in high-hand bonuses for every Sunday, Monday, and Thursday night primetime game. As always, offering the best food, the best service, and the best action with the most variety of games in the region, conveniently located in downtown Sacramento. So check them out, Capital Casino, and always remember to gamble responsibly. 1-800-GAMBLER.
Get year-end pricing during Happy Honda Days at Folsom Lake Honda, your one-stop Honda shop. Folsom Lake Honda is your one-stop Honda shop for great pricing on our entire selection of new CRVs, HRVs, Ridgeline Civics, and Accords. Plus, with low finance and lease options, now's the time to buy. Hurry in and save during Happy Honda Days at Folsom Lake Honda, or go to folsomlakehonda.com.
Folsom Lake Honda, yeah, your one-stop Honda shop.
At aimyourdigital.com, we'll help you target the right audience, build your leads, and crush your quota. Take your business to the next level. Our digital marketing strategies help grow awareness of your product or service, all while building trust in your business. Our approach involves leveraging multiple tools and strategies to deliver exceptional results that are customized to your unique business needs. Don't wait to run out of sales leads. Keep your business growing. Get started with aimyourdigital.com today.
Ho, 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 ho. Looks like you made the ice list this year.
Santa, don't you mean the nice list?
No, ice, because Prestigio Jewelers carries all the ice you need.
For over 30 years, Prestigio Jewelers has offered in-house financing and fine jewelry. Guaranteed credit approval between $400 and $10,000 with no money down options. Make this Christmas season unforgettable. The perfect jewelry, the perfect price, helping you build perfect credit. With locations in Sacramento, Stockton, Merced, and Fresno, or online at prestigiojewelers.com.
KHD KHD1 Sacramento, KYMX HD3 Sacramento. From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios.
This is Sacktown Sports 1140. Live and local, it's the Drive Guys. Watch the show on youtube.com/Sacktown Sports 1140.
Or listen on the Sacktown Sports app.
All right, if the Kings wanted to make a trade, what would they have to work with? Let's put opinion aside here for a moment. We'll get back to it. But what would they have to work with? As we said, you got that trade, that #1 pick going to Atlanta this year, unless it's 1 through 12. Then it would convey to next year when it'd be protected 1 through 10. And so it's likely to convey this year. You also have pick swap 2031 goes to the Spurs. Other than that, here's what they have to work with. First round picks. How many first rounders do they have to work with? 2026, 27, 28, 29, and 30.
And 30. Yeah.
First round picks in 26, 27, 28, 29, and 30. You got second rounders in 26, 27, 29, and 31. So that's what, if you want to engage anyone in a discussion involving draft capital, that's what you got in terms of first rounders. 26, 27, 28, 29, and 30. So that's one of the things that I think a lot of people have given Monty credit for, is hanging on to those first rounders.
Yeah, exactly. And those, that to me are our strongest assets, those first rounders.
Mm-hmm.
Those kind of assets get you in position if you were so inclined to go out there and get a big fish, 3 first rounders or something like that.
Yeah.
So we do have some flexibility when it comes to that.
Where it gets a little daunting is when you have teams like Utah and other teams that have they have
infinite
first round picks coming out of their
Brooklyn now is one of them.
Out of their Brooklyns. Yeah. So it's difficult to compete with teams. Although in this case, those are the teams that are still, looks like Brooklyn and Utah are still acquired. They're still adding. They still want more of those young players and draft picks.
I'm frustrated, man.
What's frustrating?
No, just because I'm looking at our team, and on paper, I really believe in this team to make a deep play. And Jay mentioned it too. Last year, I thought we were good enough. We should have been good enough on paper. 2 years ago, we should have been. This year, you add a future Hall of Famer in DeMar DeRozan, you got to get to the playoffs, guys, and maybe even win a series. The talent is there. We can talk about, the 7th man ain't this, or the 8th man ain't that, or the 9th man. But in terms of our top 5, 6, That's pretty damn good, boys.
Yeah, but 6 players ain't good enough.
Right. I mean, you can sprinkle and add some more, but in the playoffs, you only going 8 deep anyway.
Mm-hmm.
But I agree, Drapes, you have to win a series.
Yeah.
There's a difference between series and championship contender. I think you almost got to get close to winning 2.
Damn.
I think you got to win a series and then hopefully win the second one. Like you said, run into one of those teams. But if not, you need to lose in a game 6, game 7 close fashion for me.
But Jay, what about steps? What about levels to
I
it?
said organically.
You trying to go from
coffee
0 to 100 overnight. That don't happen often, Jay.
I agree. But
in all fairness, they took a step back last year.
Yes.
They did. They really did. And we all know that was disappointing. But I'm looking at this year's team with DeMar DeRozan, potentially 3 All-Stars if the record, gets better. Like, all 3 of those guys are having all-star. De'Aaron's having a better season than he had last year and 2 years ago. Domas is having a better season than he had in the last 2 years. DeMar DeRozan is Mr. Consistent, averaging 23 points a game. Like, we got a big 3. It's not about the top tier. Now you just need to sprinkle some side dishes on it if I'm looking at the Kings.
All right, here's the guy. Does this guy do anything for you? Teams, according to Evan Sidery, teams have checked in recently on the availability of 11.6 points per game, 10.2 rebounds for Charlotte. Nick Richards, under contract for the next 2 seasons at $5 million per year. You just had today Mike Brown say, backup center? Yeah, we're doing it by committee. So you could swing a deal with Charlotte in theory. A couple of your young players, somebody like Trey Lyles for Cody Martin and Nick Richards. I don't know what Charlotte would want, but that would work.
Yeah. Nick Richards is a player I would be interested in.
If you got Nick Richards and Cody Martin, to me, I feel like, wow, you are better.
I'm looking at, and he's had some injury issues this year, but he's averaging close to 2 block shots per game, Whitey. He's a double-double guy.
Mm-hmm.
To me, he's the perfect backup big. And I'm not saying you could play him with Domas because he's not a 3-point threat, though. But in terms of, we just heard Mike Brown say about the bench and everything like that.
And the backup starter.
Backup center. Yeah. Backup. So it's by committee, right? And so until somebody, Nick Richards checks the box when it comes to that.
Mm-hmm.
He's a guy, he's starting for Charlotte now over the last few games, and I'm looking at his numbers. He had a 22.14 rebound game just earlier, just a few games ago.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you want to play that, Jay? This was Coach Mike Brown after practice today.
We're going to keep doing it by committee. It could be Alex, it could be Isaac, it could be Orlando. I think we tried all 3 of them against San Antonio, so until somebody steps up and consistently really grabs it at a high level, they all just got to be ready to play. And I think we tried Jay there against Minnesota, so it could be anybody.
So my point is, we can get lost wandering down the rabbit hole of specifically this name or that name. But to me, if you're not going to be able to bring in a big name, which I don't think they are, you could still bring in a couple of guys that are more easily acquired and maybe not have as much impact, but make less money that would still upgrade your roster.
Yes. Is Nick Richards the difference between playoffs and Western Conference Finals?
I don't know, but that's obviously a weakness if your coach is talking about backup center. How many legitimate contenders in the West are looking at their backup center position and going, yeah, we're still looking, Yeah.
No, you're right. I think we're at a point now, fellas, where I'm open to anybody that would improve the roster.
Mm-hmm.
Martin, we talked about.
Yeah.
Nick Richards, Larry Nance, like all those guys. None of those guys to me put you over the top, but they're part of the process of getting over the top.
Isn't it interesting? A year ago, we were looking for a big impact guy like Siakam or even OG Anunoby. And now I don't think you're necessarily looking for that. I mean, a lot of fans are, but with DeMar DeRozan here, you don't need as much of that.
Right, You got the big fish.
Yeah.
DeMar DeRozan was your big fish. And so now, like I said, you already got the turkey and the ham and the brisket or whatever you have during the holidays. Now you need the green beans, you need the collards, you know what I mean? You need the sweet potatoes. And that's what a Nick Richards is, a Dorian Finney-Smith. We're not big game hunting anymore.
Mm-hmm.
We're top 8 hunting, guys that can really, and Mike Brown just said it, Whitey, during talking about the centers. He's looking for guys he can trust night in and night out.
Yeah.
That's the mission for Monty McNair. Go out there and get guys that Mike can trust night in and night out.
Mm-hmm. 339-1140, 1-800-920-1140. Mike's been hanging on to talk with us. Thanks for hanging, Mike. What's on your mind?
Thank you, guys. Good evening, gentlemen. First of all, Fox ain't going anywhere. He's very comfortable where he's at. He ain't going anywhere. Second of all, we're in the 12 spot right now, gentlemen. We need to make a move. We need to make something just like you were talking about. Whitey, you should probably give Monty a call. Tell him you got some good ideas, because you do.
Well, thank you.
Who's this? Your cousin?
Mike's my guy. You're my guy now, Mike. Thanks.
What are you talking about? You're my guy, Drapes. You're my guy. Hey, I only listen to TV when you're on there.
Oh, I love that. Thank you, my guy. Thank you.
Hey, second of all, or third of all, Mike Brown, he's still got to work on his rotations, and he's got to work on his offense, because we're in the 12 spot. What he's doing ain't working. And when him talking about, we're doing it by committee, he's killing their confidence. You don't need to talk about it. Just like you don't want to put it out in the media when the player's upset, when the coach ain't got confidence in you, he's telling you might play, you might not play. Just keep it quiet. Put in there who you want to put in there, but he's killing these young guys' confidence, man.
Yeah.
And we need a big guy bad. We need a backup bad.
I hear you.
He killed Kevin Herter's confidence last year.
Nah, come on.
Took him out of he killed his confidence when he took him out of the starting lineup at the beginning of the year. And then the kid that he put in the starting lineup for him, he's not around this year, and he hardly even played last year. It took Herter all year to come back, and then he got hurt. Mike Brown is a confidence killer.
Thank you for thanks for the call, Mike.
Mike went from my guy to cut him, Jay, cut him.
Call of the day.
Right.
I got to say, right, for some of that. I only
You on
heard the
board
first-
with that? You on board with that?
No, I'm
right.
not. I like a lot of what Mike said and appreciate it. But what about the idea that what Mike Brown's doing is not working? We're back. Well, look at that. Next on Sacktown Sports.
Christmas music is everywhere. The smell of gingerbread is in the air. And wait, what's that sound? It's Santa. He's headed back to Sacramento for the 41st Annual Santa Parade, December 14th in downtown Sacramento. Bring your entire family to the parade route around the Capitol for over 100 floats, including marching bands, pageant princesses, clowns, horses, and of course, Santa himself.
The 41st Annual Santa Parade, Saturday, December 14th, with Western Health Advantage, Gurnick Academy, and the California Army National Guard. The fun begins at 10 a.m. Get more info at sacktownsports.com.
Capital Casino, conveniently located on 411th North 16th Street in downtown Sacramento.
Hello, Sacramento. I'm Emran Pilati, owner of True Sports Cards and Collectible Store here in Rockland, California, and the host of the True Sports Cards Show that airs right here on Sacktown Sports 1140 every Saturday from 10 to 11 a.m., where we discuss the latest trends, hottest products, and deliver exclusive interviews with other industry leaders. And don't forget to visit our shop, True Sports Cards, at 6661 Stanford Ranch Road in Rockland, and see what we have for all your sports card and memorabilia needs.
Hey, it's Carmichael Dave for American Energy Heating and Air with a question. Have you recently had a technician diagnose your HVAC system and you were a bit surprised at how much it cost? Or did something seem off about their quote? Because at American Energy, they take pride in giving you honest, straightforward solutions to get that system up and running. Have their qualified technicians come out and give you a free second opinion. It's free. You got nothing to lose but some dollars off of that original quote. They're making the uncomfortable comfortable. They've been doing it since 1981, serving the greater Sacramento area. A+ with the Better Business Bureau. That's why they keep having customers coming back for more and more and more. You can call them and set that appointment at 916-520-9990. That's 916-520-9990 or AmericanEnergyAir.com.
call 916-520-9998 now.
Christmas music is everywhere. The smell of gingerbread is in the air. And wait, what's that sound? It's Santa. He's headed back to Sacramento for the 41st Annual Santa Parade, December 14th in downtown Sacramento. Bring your entire family to the parade route around the Capitol for over 100 floats, including marching bands, pageant princesses, clowns, horses, and of course, Santa himself.
The 41st Annual Santa Parade, Saturday, December 14th with Western Health Advantage, Gurnick Academy, and the California Army National Guard. The fun begins at 10 a.m. Get more info at sacktownsports.com.
Pretty close. We getting there. I feel like we got to beat a few more good teams. Then we'll realize how good we can be. Until then, we'll just be. I feel like we'll just be level, going up and down. Until we start beating them good teams in a row, I feel like that's when we'll be our best.
The Drive Guys, live and local, every afternoon, Monday through Friday on Sacktown Sports.
The pizza guy weighing in.
Malik?
Yes. In many ways, the spiritual heart and soul of this team.
Yes. He's the guy that wears his emotions on his sleeve night in and night out.
He's been an emotional leader, and he's becoming more and more of a floor leader.
Floor general,
more of a point guard.
Yeah, exactly. And, it takes some of the duties off De'Aaron and Domas, another playmaker, a guy that can set other people up.
Yeah, it's the Drive Guys. You may have just heard, again, we had a commercial there for the Santa Parade. It's going to be so awesome on Saturday when, Drapes is at the main review stand and Alan Stiles is with him, of course. And Santa comes by and Santa's going to go to Drapes. My guy, right?
Right.
Santa's your guy, isn't he?
No, he definitely is my guy. Exactly. He better bring Drapes some gifts this year. I'll tell you that. Daughter asked me the other day, Dad, how come Santa doesn't bring parents any gifts? I was like, that's a great question, Quinn. That's a fantastic question. Other than socks.
Yeah.
Big piece of chicken at dinner.
Santa
That's all we get.
Children.
Yeah.
It's
right.
He's got to take care of all the children.
Oh, man. So, Santa is my guy. All of them.
Yeah, that'll be a lot of fun on Saturday. I've been out there, so go check out the Santa Parade.
Yes.
Say hi to Drapes and Alan Stiles and, of course, Santa. Now, caller, Mike, was just among other things saying, what Mike Brown's doing is not working. And let's just look at that. You hear that a lot. And that's the other side of the coin, I think, when people start to say, this roster is great. Well, how come they haven't won more games? Well, it must be the coach. Now, I totally disagree with that, but I think there's a flaw in the logic, but I understand it. A, roster's great. B, not winning games. What's the problem? It must be the coaching. I don't think that's a problem, but I know why people will say that.
Well, I mean, if that's the case, then, San Antonio, Phoenix. How about Minnesota? Should they get rid of Chris Finch? They're 12-11.
Yeah.
So how about fire him? You know what I mean? Should Michael Malone get the oust? Should Ty Lue should Steve Kerr? He missed the playoffs last year. Should he get the heave-ho? Why are we so quick? And I'm not saying me, you, or Jay. Why are people so quick to turn on somebody? Less than 2 years ago, Mike Brown was the talk of the town.
Right.
Greatest thing that had ever happened in Sacramento. Now people calling him a confidence killer.
Now he's the problem.
Come on, man. What are we doing? And in response to Mike calling him a confidence killer, I've talked to several people in the league, coaches, who have said Mike Brown inspires everyone. Mike Brown touches everyone at practice, whether you're the star player or the 15th man. I've had people tell me this about Mike Brown. So that's opposite of a confidence killer. Mike Brown, and this is not me talking. This is what people have told me about Mike Brown. He inspires, whether you're the 13th man, the 8th man. That was something Terrence Davis told me a couple of years ago as well. We talked about, and sure, TD wanted more playing time, no doubt about it, but it wasn't like Mike threw you on the bench and forgot about you. How many times has he gone back to Alex Len? Alex Len might be out of the 20, but he knows you're going to get another opportunity. A lot of coaches have their top 7 and say, screw you, the rest of it. But Mike is going to give you another opportunity at some point.
Mike the caller said that Coach Brown ruined Kevin Huerter's confidence. And again, we're all just talking sports here. I'm not going after a caller. And Mike said some great things, which I appreciated. But I don't think that's true. Kevin Huerter he didn't play well. Right. And a coach can't just keep throwing a guy out there when he's not playing well.
To your point, Whitey, some may say he gave Kevin Huerter too long of a leash.
Yes.
He stuck with him too long.
Yeah.
So, I don't believe in that narrative that he's a coach confidence killer.
Yeah. And then the other thing he said was, hey, when Mike Brown comes out like he did today and says, we're looking for someone, it's a center by committee, backup center by committee. That I don't know that's not ruining their confidence so much as it's telling these professional players the opportunity is there.
Right. He's begging somebody to come out there and take it.
This isn't Harry high school stuff, Like, oh, Jimmy, come on, you can do it.
These dudes are getting paid some good money. And here's the thing, too, about these players. They've been competitive their whole entire life.
Right.
They understand if you produce, you will play. I don't think there's any agenda with O-Rob or Alex Lynn or anything like that. Do we really think Mike isn't going to put out whoever he thinks is the best person to help him win? Hell, he's coaching for his job too, year in and year out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like the shelf life of coaches, we know how this business can be.
Yeah.
So he's trying to do whatever he can to get this team to win.
Here's the thing, Drapes. If I have a position, backup, whatever, let's just say backup center, and I say, we're still looking for an answer, and I'm hoping one of these 3 guys can get it done. And let's say I have the 3 guys, whoever they are. If one of them hears that and goes, well, I guess it's not me. I don't want that guy. He's not my guy, right?
Right. Exactly.
I want someone who's going to go, I am that guy.
I hear that. Oh, snap. I could be that guy.
Yes.
You're 100% right with that, man. It's 100% right. And here's the thing, too, guys, as we talk about this. It's been a disappointing season. Yeah, I understand that. But I'm looking at the standings. We 3 games behind the 5th seed, guys. That's nothing. That's a good week and a half.
Yeah, it is.
Like, come on.
This last week, we just had,
Yeah, Jay, like is Minnesota on Sports Talk Radio, are they having these same conversations? Because they've been dismal. Is Denver having it as well?
Yeah, they definitely
What
are.
about Phoenix at 12 and 11?
Nah, they're not tripping.
They're not tripping? Yeah, because they've been without KD. You're right.
How about this from the 916? It's not black and white, but 12 and 13 is more not working than working, literally. Okay, but the season's not 25 games long either.
Right, yeah. And like I said, we just said it. There's about 6 teams that probably aren't working based on that logic. Like 12 and 13 isn't that far off from 14 and 11. And the Clippers are feeling great right now about their season. Golden State feeling great, like they're 5th seed. We're not that far off. We're 3 games behind the 5th seed.
Sometimes when a guy doesn't play well, we often want to blame the coach. The coach ruined his confidence. Sometimes the guy's not good enough, and it's not the coach's fault.
Yeah. And
I'm not talking about anybody in particular on this team necessarily. It's just you see that on different teams. And people, that coach, this guy should be better. It's the coach's fault. Sometimes that guy's not as good as you think.
And how many times have we seen in the NBA coaches get fired before they even really get an opportunity to?
Yeah.
Like, you look at, Mike Budenholzer was fired in Milwaukee. The dude that just won a championship. Like,
and his brother died too, and they fired him right after
And they fired him right after that.
Yeah.
Adrian Griffin, Darvin Ham, and now you see what's happening with the Lakers. Like, maybe it's not always the coaches. Players got to play too, right?
Yeah.
Players got to play.
That said, you're right. 12 and 13. And some of that is on the coach, right?
Yeah.
Some of that is on the coach.
Everybody got to be better,
saying
right?
the coach is perfect.
Yeah. I think Mike has made mistakes. I think the players have made mistakes. But 25 games in, we ready to, be Benedict Arnold and turncoat on our coach? Like, that's not right. That's not right. And if you listen to the guys, they are still playing hard. It's not like they've checked out. That's when I got an issue with the coach. If the players aren't responding, not listening, not giving the effort, but I don't get the sense with this team that they're tuning Mike out. Dude, they won 3 out of 4 games.
I'll tell you what, we may have just gone through a crucial period, because I know, and you were not happy when I pointed out there's about 3 games in a row there where Mike said, we're telling them what to do, and they're not doing it.
Yes, I knew that was bad. Right.
And then since then, they've played their best basketball.
Right, exactly.
If that had continued to go in that direction, we'd have an issue.
Yep. You're right. And you know how it is in sports. You can't fire all the players.
Right.
And so if the players are tuning you out, you got to say, damn, is this the right coach? But we're not at that point at all. Like, talking to the guys, even Malik said it. Like the mental lapses, the not paying. Like, it's on the players, man. This roster is good enough to be better. And I'll end it by saying this, Whitey. They've been in a lot of close games. I said they're a possession or 2 away from being 15-10, not 12-13.
Yeah.
It's a fine line.
A lot of the numbers say that's what they should be, is 15-10.
Right, exactly. Fine line with this team.
Yeah. We'll get back to the phones, 339-1140, 1-800-920-1140. You got something on your mind.
Yeah, somebody posted something, and it's bothering me.
All right.
It's really bothering me, Whitey.
All right, we'll get to that when we come back to Sacktown Sports.
Sacramento weather is brought to you by the San Francisco 49ers.
I'm meteorologist Heather Waldman in the KCRA3 Weather Center. A couple of hours of some steady rain overnight. Most of that out of here by the Thursday morning drive, but watch for a couple showers Thursday afternoon. Morning temperatures will be in the mid-40s. Get the latest forecast on the KCRA News and the KCRA app.
This report is brought to you by the San Francisco 49ers. Be there December 12th for Thursday night football at Levi's Stadium as the San Francisco 49ers take on the Los Angeles Rams. This battle of NFC West rivals is presented by Rakuten. Tickets are available at 49ers.com/tickets.
Get huge year-end savings on the all-new 2025 Silverado now at Maida Chevy.
With $8,000 off MSRP after rebates on select new 2025 half-ton Silverado LT and RST.
And Maida Chevy has one of the largest selections of new 2025 Silverados in the Sacramento area.
$8,000 off new 2025 Silverado at Maida Chevy. Now that's big, huge. See them all at MaidaChevy.com. Together, let's drive.
Available special financing lease in some of the offers.
Seasons change, but if you hope to stay healthy, your body needs to stay active year-round, whether that's in the gym or on the trail or at work, and that's where the Good Feet store can help. Good Feet's personalized arch support system supports all 4 arches, relieving pain in your feet, knees, hips, and back. And Good Feet arch supports are HSA and FSA eligible. Visit goodfeet.com for an appointment or stop in for a free fitting. The Good Feet store in Sacramento, Roseville, Vacaville, and in Reno on South Virginia Street.
The holiday driving season is here, and my good friends over at Jiffy Lube have an awesome holiday oil change special going on right now. Get a full synthetic oil change starting at just $76.99 with a $33 off coupon online. That's right, starting at just $76.99 for up to 5 quarts of full synthetic motor oil with the online coupon. Go visit jiffylube.com right now, find a location near you, and get that $33 off full synthetic oil change coupon now. Most vehicles are covered, especially vehicles and diesel or extra. You got to show the coupon for discount. See the store for details. Happy holidays from Jiffy Lube.
It's not your average holiday season. Hold on to your hard hats because starting Monday, December 13th, Fasteners Inc. Tool Outlet is unwrapping the biggest power tool sale Sacramento has ever seen. We're turning up the heat with 12 days of unbeatable prices on all your favorite Makita products and much more. Free batteries with tools, free tools with batteries, and bare tools starting at just $99. Come on down and give us a visit at 6701 Power Inn Road in Sacramento, or shop our Christmas deals online at fastenersinc.net. Fasteners Inc. Tool Outlet. Better tools, better prices.
Sacramento's premier country music festival, Country in the Park, is coming back May 16th and 17th at Cal Expo with Bailey Zimmerman, Billy Currington, Cole Wetzel, Nate Smith, and more. You'll enjoy food trucks, rock walls, and a mechanical bull, line dancing, and more. Single-day GA tickets start at $52 at CITPfest.com. It's Country in the Park, May 16th and 17th with Good Guys Heating and Cooling. Find out more at CITPfest.com.
Hey, what's up? We're talking to Chad Hoblet, the Hoblet Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Woodland. What's happening for the wrap-up the year sales event?
Well, you have a choice to make. Save up to $17,000 off MSRP on all remaining new 2024 Jeep Grand Cherokee 4xEs. Or save thousands with 0% financing for 72 months. It's savings your way at Hoblet. Not to mention all the savings at the pump with 56 MPGE.
Those are some really nice Jeeps, and you can't beat that mileage.
The Hoblet Family Dealers is growing with a huge selection of used cars at the Hoblet Certified Pre-Owned Supercenter. With over 220 vehicles available and over 45 under 20,000.
Search, select, and save through our whole inventory at HobletDodge.com. Unbeatable prices, unbeatable selection, nobody beats Hoblet, period. $17,000 total net savings on select new 2024 Jeep Grand Cherokee 4xE models up to $12,250 factory and federal rebates and $47.50 dealer discounts. Rebates include $500 first responder bonus cash for eligible first responders, $37.50 federal EV tax credit. Consult a tax professional for details. 0% for 72 months available in place of $7,500 consumer cash. Must have 700 plus FICO score to qualify. $13.89 per thousand borrowed. 5% net savings. Sample VIN 681180. See dealer for details.
You know Dasher and Dancer, Prancer and Vixen, Comet and Cupid and Donner.
Your afternoon home for Kings Talk and so much more. The Drive Guys on Sacktown Sports.
Found it.
I found it.
DMX.
You know, he did this like on a radio station in the East Coast. I can't remember what it was. I don't want to say Hot 97, give them the love, but it was one of the major stations in New York. And then they put it to a song. And it was just kind of like a bit, like something, you know.
Really?
One of you guys asked a guest and was like, hey, DMX, man, do a song for us real quick. And he did it. And he was talking about like when he was incarcerated and they were doing stuff like this, and, you know, inside, and they came up with it. That's crazy.
That's good stuff. Okay.
Drapes got some on his mind. We'll get to that in a moment. 339-1140, 1-800-920-1140. Let's see what Grant has to say on Sacktown Sports. What's up, Grant?
Hey, gentlemen. Good evening. How are you guys doing?
Good. What's up, man? Thanks for hanging.
Good. Hey, first off, Drapes, I want to give you a special shout out. Thank you. I was a part of your Center for Fathers speeches a couple years back, and it really helped me out as a man and as a father. So thank you. I haven't had a chance to personally thank you. So
my guy, and shout out to Terry Moore also. He hit me up. I got to call him back. Thanks, man. Appreciate that.
Right on, no problem. So into the basketball thing. Couple things I noticed. I got the upper deck plan this year, and it's been really cool to see every game. I've noticed a lot of the other NBA coaches kind of have this fire, you know, like their players get into some technical problems and the coach will step up. I don't really see that from Mike Brown. I was kind of hoping it was going to come up when De'Aaron got into that trouble a couple games ago and he got teed up, but Mike Brown kind of just stayed quiet. What's your guys' opinion of that?
Thank you, Grant. Well,
I hear what you're saying, Grant. And
Mike just got fined.
Yeah, he just got fined. He just got, we've seen Mike stick up for his players countless times. Hell, the post-game press conference showing the video with the laptop, that's sticking up for his players. We've seen him get thrown out of games, and so Toronto a couple years ago. Like, I don't think that's an issue with this team. Like, I don't think the players feel like Mike. A lot of times, too, I will say this. When De'Aaron or somebody waves their finger around for a review, Mike usually will, challenge it, too, as a way of backing his players. So I don't necessarily see that as an issue.
Let's see what Tin has for us today. Ready to enter the world of Tin on Sacktown Sports.
Tin Dog.
What's up, Tin?
What's up, Whitey?
Oh, you fired up, Tin. What you got, baby?
Baby. Yeah, baby. I got Alex Len. He playing for his homeland, Ukraine, and where war issues going on. We don't have the equality. All lives matter on the back of the helmet. They wear the heart on their shooting sleeve. And their aggression shown by Alex Len in previous years, coming from Atlanta Hawks culture, he's backed up, just like Drake was just talking about, current head coach, showing fieriness. And that is what helped Fox lead his team better and stand up to the team that was supposed to bully them. Really tough Houston game coming in. Jalen Green performed to how everyone expected. However, Kings came back with 140 plus on back-to-back.
Yeah.
I know Draper saw that and was very proud of wearing purple.
Yes, sir, Tin. Yes, sir.
I love Alex Len. And, Tim talked about the Ukraine thing. And I think about that when I watch him.
Think about that.
What he's dealing with.
The last couple of years. Yeah, it's been tough, I'm sure. Tough, yeah.
Yeah. Tin shared what's on his mind. What's on your mind, Drapes?
You know what, man?
You have time?
Yeah, we definitely got time. Okay. I'm just thinking about, my hometown, Philadelphia. Jay, I need my music, big fella. I need my music because this may be controversial. This ain't got nothing to do with sports, Whitey, but I got to get it off my chest. Mm-hmm. This is a bonus Drapes take today, if you will. I'm perusing social media, seeing if any breaking news is out there. And I see a friend of mine. I'm not going to say her name. I'm not going to put her on blast. She happens to be traveling right now. And she's in Philly right now. And she posted a photo of herself at Geno's Steaks in Philly. Now, as a Philadelphia native, as someone who grew up in West Oak Lane in Philly, I had a feeling like it kind of rubbed me the wrong way. Like, here's what I'm going to say. If you're a tourist going to a certain city, you can go to Geno's. You can go to Pat's. If you go to Chicago, you could go to Giordano's. But don't post that picture. You ain't doing nothing going to the tourist trap. Like, this person, I appreciate you going to Philly, experience the cheesesteak, but it's kind of disrespectful to Philadelphians. Philadelphians don't even go to Geno's and Pat's.
This person is from Philadelphia.
No, this person is visiting. Okay. She's a visitor in Philly. Like I said, it'd be like going to Chicago and going to Giordano's and saying, ooh, look at me, I got my deep dish pizza. That ain't deep dish pizza. That's like going to Walmart and buying something. That's like going to Target. When you go to a city, go to where the real people go. Go to De Lissandro's. Go to Explorer's Den. Go to Max's if you really want the full Philly flavor. I don't know what the cuisine is like in San Francisco. Give me something. What's San Francisco known for?
Pasta, seafood.
Yeah. You ain't going to go to the tourist trap. Right. You ain't going to the Embarcadero and getting, Pier 39, getting seafood from there.
Scolas, baby.
Right. You're not doing that, Whitey. You're going to where the locals go. And so this person got me kind of in my feelings because I'm happy she's in Philly. I'm happy she's experiencing my great city. But she need like a tour guide or like a local. You know what I mean? To go show her where the real Philly cheesesteaks are.
Did you send something?
Yeah. No, I didn't send it. But Jay, you know what I'm talking about, though, right? Like, just because Adam Richman on Food Network or Guy Fieri go eat there, that don't mean we all should go eat there.
True.
That's not the full Philly experience. And so when people go to Philly and they go to Pat's and Geno's, it's like, that's kind of fugazi. You want to know another thing, Whitey? And Jay, there used to be a spot called Jim's Steaks on South Street. That was the spot to go to. But then it was featured on Food Network. And you know what? All the locals did? We ain't going there no more.
Yeah.
We not going. The tourists be around there.
Right,
and so it's like if you're going to go to a city, check in with a friend from that city.
Tap in.
Like, this person, you should have hollered at me, Drapes, where's the best cheesesteaks? I would have gave. Instead, you look like a tourist. That's not even a real cheesesteak. Like, come on, man.
What's that, Drapes? What is that? That's not a cheesesteak?
That's not a cheesesteak. That's fugazi. Like, you can't do that. That's like going to
go to LA and get tapping in the pinks.
Right, tapping in the pinks or something like that. No, you're going to go to real, like in LA, Roscoe's, the locals still go there, Jay.
Yeah, they do.
That's a tourist place, but the locals
still go to all of them now.
They don't go to all of them. What's the one? What, it's one like Beverly Hills or something. Yeah. You don't go to that one. You go to the one in the. So this person posted a cheesesteak and she's smiling. And I'm just looking at her like, that ain't it, huh? That's not it. So when you go to a city,
did you leave a comment?
Nah, I didn't because I'm not.
Come on, that's not the Drapes I know.
Dude, are you? I mean, all right, I'm gonna leave a comment after we're done. But next time you go to a city, next time you go visit where, tap in with a local. Do your research. That's a Google review. Well, I'm gonna do it right now. Best cheesesteak in Philadelphia. I guarantee you it ain't gonna be Pat's and Geno's. Look at the local. Delisandro's #1. Shay's Steaks is on there. Pat's and Geno's ain't there. It's almost like, you're a sneakerhead, right?
Yes.
Yeah, you guys know that's like wearing the Panda Dunks.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
Like, and Whitey, everybody and their mom got those.
Yes.
If I see you wearing Panda Dunks, I'm like, nah, you ain't really a sneakerhead. You basic. That's what Pat's and Geno's is.
Standard.
That's a basic
Standard.
cheesesteak. That's like cardboard. Like, why would you go there?
That's like the Corolla LE package?
Yes, exactly.
Yes.
That's
Everybody got the
exactly
camera.
what it is.
Yeah, you ain't got nothing to
exactly. And so shout out to my girl. I understand you're doing it, but don't post it. If you want to go there ain't nothing to brag about.
She's a tourist, Drake.
But Jay, if I go get the
She's
panda
on
dunk
vacay or something, man.
Hey, you ever see those sneaker? You ever see those sneaker releases and people like got them?
Yeah,
That's like getting the panda dunks and putting that up there. Got them. Dog, those things are dime a dozen. You don't go to Pat's and Geno's.
Come on, 30
just
colors.
saying, it's like, and she's my girl. I know her from Boston. She worked in San Francisco, but she gonna go to Pat's and Geno's and get a cheesesteak? You can't do that. You just cannot do that. That's blasphemous.
Now you got to shoot her a text.
I will. That's disrespectful to
And
Philly.
then I'm gonna send you the clip of this so you can send it to her.
Oh shoot! Nah, don't do that, Jay. Don't do that. I'm gonna text her and be like, next time, holler at your boy. I'll tell you where to go. Don't be the problem with the post
Maybe
too
she's
is
still gonna be in Philly for a while.
But Whitey, and I'll text her. The problem with her post, and this is my last point. All right, if you're going to post it, don't be holding it up, smiling like, "Look, Mom, look what I got." Dog, nobody wants you to go to Pat's and Geno's. That's like getting steak-em and frying it up in your kitchen.
Is it like Kirkland?
Yeah,
Kirkland?
that's the Kirkland cheesesteak. So that's my take, man. I'm just saying, if you're going to go to a city, tap in with the locals. You know what I mean? Don't go to all the tourist spots. Don't go to the tourist restaurant and then post on it like you're doing something big. Get a real Philly cheesesteak. Oh, I almost said her name. I ain't going to say her name. That's my take, Jay. It's brought to you by
Elsco Uniforms. Discover why it pays to keep clean with Elsco Uniforms.
Stick around for Whitey's Wayback Machine quiz in-season tournament. Game 4 is next on Sacktown Sports.
Sacramento weather is brought to you by Bonnie.
I'm meteorologist Heather Waldman in the KCRA3 Weather Center. A couple of hours of some steady rain overnight. Most of that out of here by the Thursday morning drive, but watch for a couple showers Thursday afternoon. Morning temperatures will be in the mid-40s. Get the latest forecast on the KCRA News and the KCRA app.
Capital Casino, conveniently located on 411th North 16th Street in downtown Sacramento.
When it's cold and rainy outside, Bonnie is leading the way home. Right now, stay warm and cozy with a full furnace tune-up, just $59. Plumbing, sewer, electrical, heating, and air. Schedule an appointment today at Bonnie.com.
At Fisher Investments, we may seem like other money managers, but we're different.
What makes you so different than the rest of us?
We ensure clients receive unparalleled service at every step of the relationship.
Tell me more.
Our investment counselors focus on service over sales, prioritizing clients' needs.
How do you make money?
We don't sell any commission-based products. We have a simple management fee based on the value of our client's portfolio. So we do better when our clients do better.
What about client portfolios?
We get to know each client, their finances, family, health, lifestyle, and more. And then we tailor a portfolio based on their specific goals and needs.
Your clients really come first then, huh?
Yes, we make them a top priority. Our goal is helping them achieve a comfortable retirement.
Wow, maybe we are different.
At Fisher Investments, we're clearly different. Learn more at FisherInvestments.com.
Investing in securities involves the risk of loss. If you love to travel, Capital One has a rewards credit card that's perfect for you. With Venture X, earn unlimited double miles on everything you buy and turn everyday purchases into extraordinary trips. Plus, receive premium travel benefits like access to over 1,300 airport lounges where you just check in and chill out. Open up a world of possibilities with Capital One. What's in your wallet?
Terms apply. Lounge access is subject to change. See CapitalOne.com for details.
At Progressive, we know money can't buy happiness. But money did buy your boat, where you find peace fishing, unlike at home with 3 teenage daughters. Because fish never argue about who stole whose crop top, or get mad the other fish used up all the hot water. No, they just swim around, never embarrassed to be seen with you in public. So save money by bundling your boat or RV insurance with home or auto from Progressive. And buy more happiness, or something close to it. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers. Not available in all states.
Finally, an easy way to find home improvement contractors. Just visit subcontractorsunited.com and simplify your search for home services professionals. From cabinets to windows, roofing to plumbing, Subcontractors United is an easy, simple way to find and hire a home improvement contractor. And you never have to give up personal information. So no harassing phone calls like you get from those other websites. Subcontractorsunited.com is sponsored by D&D Cabinets and Savage Design.
At Makita, good enough is never enough. It's not just about the power and runtime of the tool. It's about the power and runtime of the pro. We design, tinker, redesign, and obsess over every detail because we know the pros will too. Straight cuts, tight tolerances, clean lines. Again and again and again. If it's not right, don't put your name on it. Makita, available at the Home Depot.
Whitey here reminding you that not all grills are created equal. Give your family a real treat. Bring out all the flavors of the upcoming holidays with the amazing Napoleon Prestige line of outdoor cookers. And get this, Napoleon Grill's Black Friday Cyber Mondays include a limited time $300 off their top-selling Phantom Grill and 15% off all gas, kettle, and travel grills. Napoleon grills are built different, built better, built to last. Complete with a lifetime warranty and premium steel that boasts absolute quality. Whitey and Napoleon Grills wish you happy holidays. Visit Green Acres Nursery today for your best selection of Napoleon grills and accessories.
Your afternoon home for Kings talk and so much more. The Drive Guys on Sacktown Sports.
Another Jimmy Butler trade chatter update. X here says Bernie Bernard Lee, that's Jimmy Butler's agent, has issued a series of posts directly disputing claims by Shams Charania regarding Miami Heat star Jimmy Butler being traded. So I saw some of those posts. I wasn't sure they were actually Bernie Lee, but now we got this notice that apparently Shams is saying some things where Jimmy Butler's agent is saying it's all made up. So I don't know where it's coming from or what's going on. So
yeah, I don't know. Somebody had to put that out. And who would put that out there, though? Phoenix? No.
Yeah, I don't know. And it's possible that some of these claims being made by Bernie Lee are not actually being made by Bernie Lee. I don't know.
Right.
Yeah. The whole thing, when you look at it, it just doesn't make sense with as much money as he's making that any of those teams, like Dallas, to make it work, they'd probably have to trade Kyrie Irving.
Yeah.
They're not going to do that.
Phoenix would have to trade Brad Beal, probably. Somebody like that.
Yeah.
That's like if Butler wants to go to all the contending teams who don't have the ability to actually pull off a trade like that, unless you're Golden State.
Right. So we'll be keeping an eye on it. Right now, it's time for Whitey's Wayback Machine quiz for December 11th. The in-season tournament, Game 4, best of 7. Who's leading? 2 games to 1?
2-1, yes, sir. I got it so far.
That's the Panda. Panda right there.
Everything is based on things that happened or things related to things that happened on this date. In these years, you're up first, Drapes. Here's what you have to work with. We have this date. What year? We have 1934, 1949,
going back.
1959, 1977, and 2022. This date, what year? 1934, 49, 59, 77, 2022.
77, Bill Walton.
That's incorrect.
No.
The way you thought about it, I thought you was clicking.
How come with Jay do that? It's like, all right. When I do it up, wrong, Jay, your turn. 77.
It is a closest to.
Jay first.
Yeah. All right, Jay, this date, 1977. The Tampa Bay Bucks win a game for the first time in franchise history after having lost how many games in a row to begin their existence? Tampa Bay Bucks win a game for the first time in franchise history, this date, 77, after having lost how many games in a row to begin their existence?
Ooh, that's a tough one.
Funniest thing about that, who's their coach? John McKay. And someone said, what about your team's execution? And he said, I'm all for it.
Oh, damn.
It was
I don't think you can say that.
I know,
now.
you can't say that now.
Wasn't it almost two seasons? I'm going to say 27.
27.
26.
26. 26 is exactly right.
Yeah! Jay, you were so
you were right there, Jay.
I was going to go 25.
If you were at 25, I probably would have went 24, to be honest with you. Yeah, I was going to go.
You're right, Jay. It was they lost all their games in the next year. They won with like 2 games.
It was like 2 seasons, right?
Yeah. So that was 16 still? They had or was it a 14
game? It was a 14 and 14, right? Okay. Yeah, that's why I was like 20.
Yeah.
Drapes with the 1-0 lead. Jay, where you want to go? This day, what year?
This day, what year?
All right. Muhammad Ali loses his 61st and final fight to Trevor Berbick by unanimous decision on this date. What year? It's a this day, what year? So Jay has the option.
Come on, Jay. This
he
shit
can go first, or he can let Drapes go first.
I'll let Drapes go first.
What do you think, Drapes? This day, what year? Muhammad Ali loses his 61st and final fight to Trevor Berbick by unanimous decision. This day, what year?
1980. Man.
1985. What do you think, Jay?
He's close.
I know.
You're right there, too.
I know, Jay.
Muhammad Ali loses his 61st and final fight to Trevor Berbick by unanimous decision. This date, what year? Drapes is 85. Jay trying to get closer to tie up the match. Jay is a renowned boxer.
The crazy part is he split the hairs because I wanted to go 84 or 86.
Right.
Ken Norton. Oh man, I'm gonna go 84.
Damn, he's right.
1981.
Oh, 81.
Man, okay.
I thought he had
one more after that too.
After that, yeah, okay.
Jay gets the point.
1-1.
We're even 1-1. Kyle Draper, you're up. 34, 49, 59, 2022.
2022.
It's the closest too.
Jay can go first.
This date, 2022, Jay, Brock Purdy beats Tom Brady in the Bucs in his first career start, going 16 for 21 for 2 touches and throwing for how many yards? Brock Purdy this date, his first start.
Ooh.
A win over Tom Brady. He threw for how many yards?
It's a tough one.
Yeah, it is. I'm going with a solid 295.
295. What do you think?
That's a lot of yards, Jay.
Brock Purdy beats Tom Brady in the Bucs in his first career start, going 16 for 21, 2 touches, throwing for how many yards?
And what did Jay say?
295.
294.
185.
Yes. Oh my gosh.
Yes.
I thought he acted a fool first.
Nah, man. Brock, come on now. He ain't got that bag in him.
185.
All right. What was the final score? Did you get that?
I don't have that down here. I'll get it for you. It's 30 something to 20 something.
No worries.
Yeah, I'll get it.
Yeah.
2-1 Drapes. So Jay, 1934, 1949, 1959. Again, a reminder, it's a best of 7 tournament, and Drapes leads 2-1 going into this match.
1934.
1934.
Jack
this
Johnson.
Day, 1934. National League owners vote to allow what? Games on the radio, night games, or pinch runners. This date, 1934. National League owners vote to allow what? Games on the radio, night games, or pinch runners. Jay trailing 2-1. He just want to tie up the match.
I'm going to go
clock continues.
Pinch runners.
Pinch runners is not correct. Drapes for the steal.
What are the 2 options again?
National League owners this date 34 vote to allow what? Games on the radio or night games?
Night games.
Night games is correct.
Yes.
Yeah.
Jay.
3-1.
How many we got left?
We got a couple left here.
All right.
The clock
Jay
is
can
ticking.
only tie.
1949, 1959.
1959.
Richie Guerin scores 57 points for the Knicks, a team record that would not be broken until 1984, when who scored 60? Bernard King, Patrick Ewing, Bill Cartwright.
Jay, can you get my victory music ready, please, big fella?
I ain't got that for you right now.
Bernard King.
Bernard King is correct.
That was too easy, man. That was too easy.
Kyle Draper has claimed the victory today. 4-1, and he takes a 3-1 lead.
Man.
That was too easy.
Oh, you better get Kyle Ledbetter back in here, bro. You need a phone a friend or something.
Kyle be searching on the internet.
I know.
This is all from the heart and head.
Damn, that was a good one.
You got the cup within reach
1934?
Yes.
1934.
Yeah. They voted to allow Night game.
Night
Night
games.
7. Each team can have 7, they said.
Wow.
That's
a
crazy.
national
Think
league, you
about
said.
that.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Think about that now. Like, it's the opposite. You
Oh,
have
yeah.
few day games. Most of your games are at night.
Mhm.
That's crazy.
Sacramento 8 is going to play at night.
Yeah. Damn.
All right, we're back with you tomorrow. Big day tomorrow. Big day tomorrow.
Yeah, we got 2 massive games tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
I'll be in San Francisco. Short show, 2 to 3:30.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Kings going to win
We're going
tomorrow.
3:30 or 4:30?
3:30,
I think.
Oh, man,
yeah,
my
5
timing is
o'clock,
off.
Kings.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. Kings going to win tomorrow. 49ers.
Yeah, they are.
Going to win tomorrow.
Both going to get the W.
Yeah. It's going to be a big day, Kyle.
It's going to be a massive day. Over here, Antonio Daniels, fellas, 2:45.
All right. Looking forward to it.
2:45 AD.
Thanks for joining us. Stick around. Golf to Go is next. Game of golf next on Sacktown Sports.
Following is furnished by Excel Media Pros. Are you battling drug or alcohol addiction? Call Rehabs America for